What's up everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Neo Aquarium, King of Crustaceans for the PC. Let's do this shit. I'm gonna be playing as a frog crab against some evil corn barnacles. They don't have a chance. This is my first match, let's show them how it's done. Oh, I can move to the right, but I can also move to the left. You might as well give up now. Here we go. Oh shit! I got too horny and shed my shell. No matter, new shell, new ways to kick corn barnacle ass. Firing torpedoes. I'm gonna take to the skies here and just rain shit. Oh, what the fuck? A nuclear bomb was just deployed and I'm being attacked by a light show. Try this on for size. Burrowed underground, you can't handle it. Oh, I'm in first person shooter mode. I'm piloting a fucking TIE fighter. Oh, I'm slapping the corn barnacles now. Oh shit, shit. I have been spotted. Time to escape. I popped out right under the corn barnacle fortress. Carpet bomb! You know, moving as a frog crab really isn't as easy as you would expect. I'm missing all these shots, but then again, so are they. Oh shit! I keep shedding my fucking shell! Oh, I'm two-wheeling it now. I have lost all control of this crustacean. It's on a fucking unicycle. Oh wait, there we go, wait! We're back in business. Alright, level 2. Fire! Nothing oh shit! There's wieners popping up from the ground. Is this the level 2? The destructive dick attack? It didn't even do any damage. The corn barnacles are dick proof. You can call me Mr. Level 3. There we go, now I just need to infiltrate the corn barnacle hideout. Let's go! Holy shit, it's a Kamehameha! You're not ready for it, corn. Oh, fuck! I took down all their health! Oh, it's a level playing field now, ladies and gentlemen. We are on equal crustacean footing. Take this. Oh, shit! What the fuck? They're whipping me with dildo arms. That's gotta be a violation of the rules. Or crustacean rights. You have not experienced pain until you've gone toe-to-toe with a spiny lobster. Your fate is sealed, corn barnacle. It was the moment you stepped into the aquarium with the lobster. Activating force field. I'm not sure what I'm firing. Oh shit! It's attacking with beams of hurt. Oh damn it, damn it! It's got me cornered. There we go, there we go, there we go. Level 1! Yeah, there we go. Just attached 2 fingers to this bitch. How's it feel to get poked, corn barnacles? Yeah! Did absolutely no damage. Just as planned. It's time. If you're wearing a watch, then you too know that time is currently happening. Brace yourself! Fuck! Strategic shell shed! Evacuate! Damn it! My goodness, these corn barnacles abide by no set of rules. No handshake, they're just whipping me with lasers. The snow crab, that's what we're missing, that's what we need. About to start a blizzard up in this bitch. Everyone knows corn can't survive a harsh winter, and everybody knows barnacles can't survive without corn. You take away the corn supply, you take away the barnacles, you defeat the opponent. I cannot control this snow crab for ass cheeks. Finally wiggled my way over here. Spitting bullets. Oh shit. Dodging. Oh yeah. Feel the fury of the snow crab. I have no idea where I am. These shuriken starfish are taking me to lunch. How about a level 1 for your ass? Got 4 lightsabers now. I will not be able to be defeated. Come here, corn barnacles. Oh shit. Come on. Oh yeah. Look at all that damage. Stand your ground, snow crab. Let's finish the fight. I may not have a space shuttle, but I have the next best thing. Snow crabs level 2. Shit, it's like a fucking nightclub. Why, titties, am I running away from the corn barnacles? Just rush the enemy, we can take them, we have level 2. Fuck. I've got you now, corn barnacles. Fuck, anti-air weapons! The hermit crab, king of the ocean, terror of the deep. The corn barnacles are finished. Why do they have a little diamond above their head? Are they teammates? I think so. The army of hermit crabs has shown up, and we are here to shake the hand of victory. You do not frighten me, corn barnacles, because I have level 1! It's a fucking snowball. Oh, it's a fucking shield. Absolute defense. Shit! Shit! Hermit crab! Hurry! Get out of there! Level 2 is almost ready. It's ready. I hope this one's actually offense, though. Let's do it! It's a fucking spiral staircase. Corn Barnacle's weakness. The ultimate offense. I'm gonna deliver it right to their doorstep. Take this, you son of a bitch. It didn't do any damage. Excellent. Let's try level 3. I can only imagine how useful that's gonna be. Underwater rain. Extraordinary. They can't do anything about that. Oh shit. You are not welcomed in the ocean. Mission battering ram will not be stopped. You cannot defeat the undefeatable. There we go. The perfect hit and run. I inflicted no damage. Splendid. My lobster only has 2 legs left. But he only needs 2 legs. That's all he needs. He has 1 leg left. That's all he requires. Let's show him how it's done, lobster. Look at these moves. I'm losing altitude. Use the eject seat. Quickly. Fuck! The corn barnacles cannot be defeated. They are an unstoppable crustacean. Alright, I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.
I imagine most of you are familiar with the classic fairy tale of the princess kissing a frog and it turning into a charming prince. But based on the video I made earlier today, it seems most of you are unfamiliar with the true story of the out-of-touch Hollywood director that kissed a beautiful video game franchise and turned it into a piece of poop movie that's now playing in theaters called Return to Silent Hill. I made a review on it earlier today, and I feel like I should apologize for even making anyone aware of it. Seems most people were happier in the blissful ignorance, unaware that a new Silent Hill movie was even coming out and that it's bad. But I thought, instead of just focusing on, something negative, a bad movie that I wouldn't recommend to anyone, why not balance out the videos today here with the opposite of something that I have been recommending to literally everybody for like the last week. It's called Orb on the Movements of the Earth. It's a Netflix anime, which I know immediately just had a ton of people roll their eyes and just like really tempted to just stop the video now and leave. But just hear me out for a moment. Orb, I think, is an extraordinary anime that is unlike most shows I think you've probably watched. I'm making a bold assumption here, but I'm pretty confident in that assessment. And I know I did reference Orb in a video not too long ago when I was talking briefly about 100 Meters, which is another anime movie that came out to a lot of glaze, a lot of people gushing grannies over it, which I also thought it was great, and made a mention that it's from the same creator as Orb. And at the time, I hadn't finished this show yet. I only just finished it like a week ago. And since then, I've been real Orb-brained. This shit has been in my noodle for a while, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of research on my own. It's a show that I really think most people would appreciate. Now, it's really hard to talk about this show without getting into spoilers, and I think it's very important to not be spoiled on anything going into this. So I'm going to do my best here to give you the elevator pitch and hopefully put a boner in those shorts here over Orb. So the show is set in a time where there is an accepted view of our life on this planet as well as our place in the cosmos. Geocentrism, where it is believed that Earth is the center of the universe and all of the cosmic bodies overhead, the heavenly bodies, revolve around us, Earth. And in this time period, faith is, of course, of paramount importance. So to be conducting research that goes against accepted doctrine from the church in regards to geocentrism is viewed as blasphemous and will have you labeled a heretic. Heretic. It made it sound like it was some kind of like Warhammer technology or something. Labeled as a heretic, which is a huge crime punishable by death. But in the quest for the truth, to understand more about astronomy, people keep doing more research and start arriving at different conclusions that go against what's been accepted as the truth with geocentrism, which arrives at the notion that perhaps Earth isn't the center of the universe, maybe it's the sun. Heliocentrism. And this show explores how they arrive at this conclusion, the research that goes into it, as well as constantly being at odds with the church, which is life or death. And I know maybe hearing this concept, you get the impression that this is like religion bad type thing. It's not. This is a very complex show that dives into really deep and intricate themes that I think is just a thrilling journey. It's not like an action shonen where you're getting like crazy fights in every episode. There is action. There are like some sword fights that happen, but that is not the bulk of the content. The bulk of it is a philosophical exploration of research, the joy of learning things and knowledge, and the pursuit of finding like your truth or questioning things, and the importance of being able to think. It goes into so many different directions, and I think it does it beautifully. I want to talk more like deeply on it, but I don't want to spoil a single thing about this because I think it would be doing it a disservice. This show went in so many directions I could have never expected. It does not pull punches. I think it carries huge emotional weight, and I think it is just an overall very thought-provoking experience. This is actually like a top 20 anime of all time for me now. I really, really enjoyed it. At first, I imagine most people will watch it and think that it'll be pretty simple. We follow a kid named Rafal who has a chance encounter with a heretic who has just been released by the church. They gave him like a second chance, basically abandon his blasphemous research, and he gets to live. He cannot do that because this is something I think is very well conveyed in the show. When you have an idea, when you start to question things, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It becomes something that you must pursue. It's part of human nature to like want to find these answers that now start plaguing your mind. So even though he's being tortured, and even though he knows by continuing this research it will lead to him being killed, burned at the stake, he can't help it. And our main character, Rafal, happens to cross his path and unwillingly at first ends up going on a journey with him where a simple idea gets presented. The Earth is what's moving. Geocentrism is wrong. And at first he dismisses this as just fucking lunacy. This is ridiculous. But the idea gets planted. And once that simple idea makes it into his brain, he then starts to question things. And once he starts questioning things, he starts really diving into this research, which now puts his life on the line as well. And it's the first domino that begins to fall across this, like, I think it was 25 episodes, this 25 episode journey that I think is just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I also think this show has an incredible main villain, which is Novak, who is, I think, such a good fucking villain throughout this entire show. Super, super good. And there's so many twists and turns throughout this that I would love to talk more on, but I don't want to spoil anything. I really do hope that you'll at least give Orb a chance, because I think this is a show that a lot of people probably wouldn't even look twice at. When it came out, it flew under the radar, apparently. I thought the show was very popular because my friends like Dankin and Scoots were constantly preaching the gospel of how great Orb is, so I was hearing about it a lot, and I assumed a lot of other people were watching it, but based on what I've seen, this is not a very popular anime for some reason, and I really think that's a shame because this is a very unique one. I haven't seen a show quite like Orb before. The closest thing I can compare it to is like Vinland Saga, maybe. That would be something that I would consider kind of closely related to it in regards to like character exploration and like complex emotions being explored. Now, one thing I do know will be the case, maybe some people out there try and give Orb a shot, but they end up dropping it because they just find it to be boring. I think that's very possible. I think a lot of people might view this as a snooze fest, especially in like the realm of mainstream anime. This is very, very, very different. It is a slow burn. Kind of. I don't really consider it a slow burn because the show itself is constantly high stakes, high intensity, like always on edge. The characters you follow, at any moment, the church the Inquisitors like Novak, could find out about their research and torture and kill them. And that there's a lot of torture and killing throughout the show. So, like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a slow burn, but it's not an action-heavy show. I also imagine some people who start the show might have an issue where every character that gets interacted with is like a very deep-thinking philosopher. There is no character in this show that's a fucking idiot. There's no character that is stupid. Every character, when they are talked to, if they have a single second of screen time, they will give you a philosophical speech. And I think some people might find that to be a bit overbearing, because I'm not exaggerating. There's no dumb characters here. Anytime a character has something to say, they have a lot to say, and it's always like pretty deeply philosophical. I actually really liked that. I was very intrigued to hear each character's unique perspectives on things. I liked that, but I think some people might find it to be, like, too much. Which, I guess I could understand. But for my taste, I actually really appreciated that. Also, I've got to mention how good the opening is to the show. It's a very creative opening, by the way. I haven't seen an anime opening do what this show does. I don't want to get into spoilers, but I will tell you, the opening goes through its own kind of evolution as well throughout the 25 episodes, which I thought was very cool. I thought that was a really unique idea that they explored. I'm sure there's other shows that have done it, but none of them come to mind, or maybe I haven't seen them. So when Orb was doing it, I thought it was great. I could go on and on glazing Orb on the movements of the Earth, but I think you get the point. I think this is a very special show. I don't think there's a whole lot of anime out there quite like this. And I really think this show will constantly surprise you. It will go places you don't expect. And I honestly think that it may even inspire some to a certain degree. Like I said, after watching Orb, I myself started doing like research because I found it so fascinating. The ancient astronomers, like what they were doing in their day and age to start reaching these kind of ideas, and how they would set out using their tools of the era that they were in to try and prove these very complicated, complex ideas, like geocentrism potentially being an inaccurate model. It was so interesting. Like, it is a show that I think can even plant ideas of its own in the viewers. And ideas are a very powerful thing. I don't know. I really, really liked Orb a lot, and I think a lot of people would. Maybe they just haven't heard about it, so this is me just letting you know Orb on the movements of the Earth fucking slaps. That's really about it. See ya. Hello? You in there? Can you hear me? I'm just kidding. That's called acting. And speaking of acting, it's that special time of year again where we look at the top 5 worst films of the year. By we, I mean me. I give you the only objectively correct top 5 worst list. And let me tell you, after going through the garbage here, dumpster diving, I found that 2025 was a pretty special year for some bad super stinkers. It was tough, but I was able to narrow it down to the worst films of the year. Looking for the worst movies of the year. I know 2 off the top of my head. I know the worst and the second worst. What we need to fill in is the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Captain America Brave New World was bad, but definitely not top 5 worst of the year bad. This one's obviously in the top 5. Electric State was a $300 million super stinker disaster film. That was absolutely horrible. Snow White might be in there. I'll put it up here to the side. It might be just out of the top 5 worst of the year, we'll see. Though it does say something that it's one of the first films I've ever walked out of. So maybe it should be in there by default just for that fact. Woman in the Yard, also very strong in contention there for top 5 worst. I don't think Until Dawn will make it, but I'm going to put it there just in case so we can see all of the worst films of the year. Hurry Up Tomorrow probably makes it somewhere in there. Do people still delude themselves into thinking this is a good movie, or have we finally evolved past that point? I remember I caught a lot of heat for talking about how absolute dog shit Hurry Up Tomorrow was. Are we finally allowed to just say that confidently, or are people still trying to defend the movie? It was actually easy. War of the Worlds is the worst. Yeah, spoiler alert. There's nothing worse than War of the Worlds. It is quite possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen, because it is just a 2-hour Amazon ad, basically. and can't even just have the audacity to be somewhat watchable. We already know what the worst is. You spoiled it. Megan 2's bad, but doesn't make top 5. Jurassic World Rebirth is bad, doesn't make top 5. War of the Worlds, we already know it's the worst. But let's pretend that it's still... we don't know what the worst movie of the year is yet. Who's to say? Him was bad. I don't know if it'll make top 5, though. I'll put it there just in case. Where's I Know What You Did Last Summer? That one will comfortably be in there somewhere. But I haven't seen it yet. Did I scroll past it? I don't think it was that long ago, was it? Tron Ares. Tron Ares was bad, but it's not in the top 5. At least Tron Ares had visual spectacle that was cool. These up here already have nothing redeeming about them. Tron Ares is bad. Jared Leto's fucking awful. Jared Leto is box office poison that instantly tanks anything that he appears in. But it's still not to this level of these. Okay, are my eyes closed or something here? I haven't seen Strangers Chapter 2, nor have I seen I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I'm pretty sure they came out in this area. Because they definitely weren't in December. This is crazy. Where were they? Okay, so here's Strangers Chapter 2, September. July! Wow, I didn't know it was that far back. Okay. These are definitely the worst movies of the year. So now let's order them. Pretty competitive. Pretty competitive year for dog shit. What about Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Nah, I think these are worse. At least I had somewhat of an enjoyable time watching that, even though I think the movie's terrible. These were miserable. It might be I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think probably I Know What You Did Last Summer would be number 5. Yeah. This movie just sucks major ass across the board. The characters are extremely stupid, and you as the viewer, like, are just insulted for even being there. It's just genuinely, like, a mind-numbing film. It also ruins the legacy characters from the series. Spoiler alert. Does anyone care? I doubt it. In fact, I'll do you a favor. The main bad guy, well, the surprise main bad guy after the main bad guy reveal is Freddie Prinze Jr., which is crazy. That's a crazy decision to have him be like the ultimate bad guy after the way he was established in the series already. Let's not act like the original was good. Yeah, but the original's at least charming. It's still like a classic. This is just trash. There's just nothing to like about this movie at all. Genuinely nothing. Heel turn for Freddy. Yeah, it's a nonsensical one too. The monkey at least had some interesting kills. Monkey wasn't good, but it wasn't this bad. So I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025. Congratulations. Rank 5 of the worst films of the year. Number 4, it's not going to be him. Him's not good, but it's not nearly to these Titans levels. I think objectively, Strangers Chapter 2 is a worse movie than Until Dawn. But Until Dawn shamelessly borrows a beloved IP's name and then makes something that's not even remotely related to it. This movie has nothing to do with the games. This movie is basically just like a joke film. More of a dark comedy than anything. You've probably seen the viral clip where that guy drinks some water and then blows up on the toilet. He just gets insta-gibbed. That's from this movie. It just has nothing to do with the game at all, and what it is they're stuck in a loop and they need to survive until dawn to break it, but they can't because everything's trying to kill them. A bunch of scary things out there. The water makes you explode for some reason. Isn't The Strangers kind of doing the same thing, borrowing an IP and ruining it? In a different way, yeah, you can make that argument. But Strangers Chapter 1, which this directly follows, was just as shitty, if not shittier. Until Dawn is a game that is being adapted into a movie that has actually nothing in common with the game at all. It's between these two for number 4, I would say. Oh man, but then I didn't even consider Woman in the Yard or Hurry Up Tomorrow. Oh wow, what a competitive year. Wow, this is a cutthroat. This is a chin scratcher indeed. I think I'm going to take Woman in the Yard out. Really bad movie, but it at least tried something at the end of the film to make it interesting. It fucking fell on its face. It was very flat. But they did attempt something at the end, which is more than I can say for these two at least. Oh man. Yeah, and as the title advertises, there was a woman in that yard. And that woman stayed in that fucking yard, I'll tell you what. So if you went there for a woman being in the yard, that kind of action, you get it in droves. I think I'm going to give it to Until Dawn. I think Until Dawn is the 4th worst film of the year. I think. No. Yeah. No. The Strangers Chapter 2 also has the gall to be a trilogy. There's a Strangers Chapter 3 coming. And there's something to that. It is probably going to be one of the worst trilogies. Like, statistically, one of the worst trilogies. The first one fucking super flop that's terrible. The second one super flop that's terrible. No doubt the third one will super flop and also be terrible. That's pretty special. Like, this is one really long, drawn-out hemorrhoid. Until Dawn is just one movie. I'll give it to Strangers Chapter 2. I'm locking it in. Strangers Chapter 2. You get a collective, 4.5 hours worth of irredeemable garbage. Strangers Chapter 2. Number 3 now. It's between Snow White and Hurry Up Tomorrow. One of these will escape without being on the top 5. Maybe as an honorable mention, they'll live on. Snow White, I really didn't like it all. I don't think it's the worst live action ever made, though. I think it's very bad, and at points unwatchably boring, but I don't think it's the worst Disney live action has done so far. I left the theater, though, because I didn't really feel like waiting till the end. I left with 20-some minutes to go. Which has never really happened before. That's pretty special. Hurry Up Tomorrow, though, is basically just The Weeknd giving a very artsy concert. Which I can see why people that love The Weeknd might find things to like about it, because you basically just listen to his music and him brooding. Which they probably think is cool. In fact, I know exactly who this audience is. I know who this was made for. Was it made for me? Oh, I didn't even know it flopped. I guess even the audience it was made for didn't bother going to see it. Tough. This is competitive. Snow White or Hurry Up Tomorrow? The scene where he says, "Shut up," kills me every time. Hurry Up Tomorrow does have some iconic scenes with The Weeknd. Snow White has nothing. So maybe that's a point for Hurry Up Tomorrow to get out of number 3. Because I do remember more from Hurry Up Tomorrow than I do Snow White. Him being tied to the bed, having gasoline poured on him, and he starts singing a cappella. There are some good moments in there. Good, as in, silly, stupid. Yeah, maybe I'm going to give number 3 to Snow White. Because you can at least enjoy Hurry Up Tomorrow as a fun, bad movie. No one's ever going to turn this movie on again if they had the misfortune of watching it once. There's not a whole lot of enjoyment. I'm going to give number 3 to Snow White. Honorable mention to Hurry Up Tomorrow. I think that makes the most sense. Number 2, it's Electric State. I knew going into this where Electric State would be. This movie super sucks, but the thing that really sets it apart from the rest is that it had a budget of $320 million, one of the most expensive films ever made, and I think very few people watched it, and those that did, like me, really were cursed with some very trash garbage. It's bad. I don't know where this $320 million went. Like, some of the visuals are fine, but it's not, like, mind-boggling. And it definitely didn't go to any writers, because this movie is just bad. Like, the whole narrative is bad. The only thing good about it is the world, and apparently it's because it's just borrowed directly from the book. Laundering scheme tier. It has to be money laundering, right? With a budget as bloated as this, it's gotta be to some extent money laundering. Russo Bros need to stick to superhero movies. Maybe. If this is the best they can deliver outside of the superhero genre, absolutely. Electric State is an astronomically bad adaptation of its source material. The author was so insulted he refused to have his name credited. Is that true? I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that they, like, bought the rights to do this. I didn't know that the author refused to be credited. But yeah, easily number 2 worst movie of the year. No doubt. And number 1, surprise to no one, it's War of the Worlds. This is a historically bad film. There's just actually nothing to like about it. But this is a movie you could kick back with your friends and have a good laugh with. This is a movie you can point and laugh at comfortably. Like, you won't be bored if you're watching this to shit on it. It gives you endless material to insult. All the Amazon product placement. To call it product placement is so underselling it. It's not product placement. The whole movie is about the product. A core component to the ending is the goofy boyfriend who's like, I work for Amazon and I actually fucking love it. Wait, Mr. Ice Cube, we have to get you this fucking thing. I forgot, I think it was a thumb drive. But you're too far away. Wait, Eureka! Amazon drones! I can fly an Amazon drone! So then you have an entire chase sequence of the Amazon drone avoiding alien spaceships. He's like, oh, Amazon drone. Yeah, my Amazon drone. Fuck! And then they, like, hack into that guy's phone to flip over the Amazon drone once he, like, turtles it. And it's all just about the Amazon drone program. Didn't they also use real war footage with aliens edited in? I read that. I didn't bother to dive too deeply, but I read they used actual conflict and then just basically photoshopped the aliens into it, which were fundamentally just Unity models, like Unity assets. God, it looked so terrible. Didn't the director go on record to say he didn't intend to promote Amazon? I didn't see that, but if he did, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard. That man's nose must have grown 50 sizes. That is some liar plants for hire right there. Amazon was a core part of the story. I watched the movie for the end credits. I forgot, what were the end credits? I remember he becomes a YouTuber. He becomes, what was the name of the hacker guy? I can't remember. Big Buster or something? I can't remember. Who were they chasing? Disruptor! That's what it was, Disruptor. We're all disruptors now. I get War of the Worlds is dog shit awful, but Charlie, nothing, and I mean nothing beats Fuck My Son for the worst movie of the year. About an elderly woman that finds her mutant son who can't get laid, a young woman. Where did you even find a movie called Fuck My Son? That can't be an actual, real production. That has to be some shit you found on, like, an indie site. Like, just a random spot promoting, like, student film garbage or something. What is that? It's on the Wikipedia page. No way, I'm gonna look it up right now. This feels like something I probably can't put on screen. I just googled Fuck My Son. What a crazy thing to Google. American comedy horror film from Todd Rohal, based on the comic Fuck My Son, A Tale of Terror. What is this? Premiered September 11th, 2025. September 11th for the premiere of this. Wow, huh? A box office performance of $33,000. What a smash hit. I saw something super interesting today that I want to yap about. It's become somewhat of a big conversation even outside of these bubbles that I'm tapped into, because even people that know nothing about guns can recognize that there's something wrong with this little puppy here. It's the SIG P320. This puppy's got a real nasty reputation developing. It's got the cheese touch, people talking about it being stinkier than Sir Strumming. I was going to lore dump on you, and I had even made this video setting all of the groundwork and the foundation for everything that had been happening with the P320 up until this point, but I want to show you the video that's sparked this topic for me today that I want to talk about, and it's got a lot of people talking.
Through the firing sequence, through the actual movement of the sear down is less than 1 millimeter. And we're going to see if it'll set the cartridge off. I don't know. We'll try it a couple times. It might not. This safety might be working, but the other safeties might not have been. So let's see. And if you touch the slide, let's see if we can touch the slide and get it to go off. We have it staged at 1 millimeter or less as measured on the table. So this is just a guesstimate. And if we put some input into the slide somewhere, will it go off again? Will it release? Let's see.
Now, without knowing any of the context for why he's doing this experiment in the first place, there's been a lot of confusion from people that don't know anything about the P320, wondering why he put a screw there. Why did he fucking MacGyver this handgun and make it fire by, fondling the slide? There's a lot of people that clearly didn't watch the full video where he explains that, and they do not know about the P320's history and everything going on with that handgun in particular. So now they're just passing this off as like worthless or a useless experiment that demonstrates nothing and proves nothing, saying like, the trigger is fully engaged, so of course he's up there cranking on the slide like I jerk my dick, it's gonna go off, it makes sense. And yeah, I guess that thought does make sense if you're a resident of Stupidville. This shouldn't happen, and it doesn't happen for most guns, but the P320 has been in some serious hot water for alleged uncommanded discharges and a lot of incidents around this gun firing like while in its holster and such, including the recent death of a 21-year-old airman where it is reported that this firearm discharged, and according to leaked reports, now again these are unconfirmed reports, but according to the leaked reports, the handgun was holstered on a desk and then went off, killing him. It is a problem that has been reported for a long time. And this YouTuber, Wyoming Gun Project, just did a video kind of breaking down, can this gun fire without the trigger being pulled? And I think he did a beautiful job at demonstrating that, and we'll get into the screw and the millimeter that he's talking about there in a moment, but I want you to understand that this is a big problem. And the company themselves said under no circumstances can this gun fire without a trigger pull, yet it is provable and repeatable that it indeed can. There's even been a push to stop using this weapon in an official capacity due to how dangerous it could be. It's a widely reported problem, apparently linked to more than 100 incidents since 2016 with at least 80 injuries. Even in my neck of the woods here in Tampa, an officer in 2020 had the weapon fire while in his jacket while he was adjusting it. So dude up here just like fucking popping his collar on the jacket or something, fires the handgun, which reportedly shattered his ankle. There are tons of cases that have been reported, and SIG has actually filed a lawsuit trying to reverse the ban on this weapon from law enforcement, which I think is a horrible look from SIG, by the way. This is just a big safety concern across the board, and it's something that's been talked about quite a bit for a while now. But yesterday, this video came out from Wyoming Gun Project, and now I just really want to talk about it today because I think it is so interesting and pretty scary.
Basically, we were able to input a millimeter or less of downward movement on the sear and get this slide. By manipulating the slide, we were able to get it to go off and actually fire a primed case 5 times in a row.
That's the whole experiment here in a nutshell. Inputting a millimeter or less of downward movement on the trigger past the pre-travel, and then manipulating the slide in any way. It didn't have to be like hands, by the way. Like the real-world application would be if, for some reason, that trigger was engaged a millimeter or less past the pre-travel, and then you put it in your holster, it would go off. That is answering the question that people have wanted an answer to for a while. How could the P320 fire uncommanded? And his experiment aimed to try and solve that to figure out how it could happen. Now, this isn't some really wacky specific set of circumstances that are just astronomical odds of happening. This isn't unfathomable. A millimeter That's nothing. That's like the size of Ant-Man's erect nipples when he shrinks himself down to an atomic size. A millimeter or less of movement past the pre-travel, that is something that can very realistically happen over time, like build-up in there. There are so many things that could contribute to that happening, which is probably why there are so many reported incidents of this discharging uncommanded.
I have seen some other videos where people have taken their SIG, they've engaged the trigger just a tiny bit and touched the slide, and it's gone off. Now, I just did that for me right there.
This was the experiment people were doing prior to Wyoming Gun Project, where they would lightly pull the trigger, not fully engaging it, but lightly pulling it and then tapping the slide and it would go off. But that's an experiment that obviously isn't the, most reliable, because you never really know. Maybe you put more pressure than you thought, and it was a little too up for interpretation whether or not it was a trigger pull and such. So it wasn't the most reliable demonstration, and instead Wyoming Gun Project went the extra step of showcasing how it can fire without your finger even being near the trigger, if there is just that millimeter or less worth of movement past the pre-travel.
So I tried to figure out a way, like how can we come up with a way where we can gradually increase the pressure on the trigger to the point where this play in this slide makes a difference? Because none of my other guns do this. And for control, let me just show you another handgun that does not do this. This is a Taurus G3. Look how much play is in this slide. Like literally none.
I found that to be pretty weird with how much the slide moves when you slightly manipulate it, like fucking doing sock puppets on the slide, has it bouncing up and down like it's getting hit with raging wind gusts during a hurricane. I don't know if that's normal for the wobbliness to be set to wumbo or what, but I've never seen it in any of the handguns I've shot either. So like, for example, this is just a Springfield XD. And if you go to like move the slide, there's not even like the slightest give in it at all. But again, maybe that's common in some way, but I'm certainly pretty unfamiliar with a slide moving like that.
Now, why is that important? That is important because the striker mechanism is in the slide, and the sear and FCU is in the frame. So any up and down movement affects the engagement of the sear and the striker hook. In case somebody doesn't know, this is pre-travel on a trigger or free play. Nothing is happening here. No firing process is starting at all. When it hits that wall, that's when it will start lowering the sear.
A super solid explanation on why the movement of that slide is so odd, and then he explains the pre-travel. Then he measures the pre-travel, and then he puts in the screw being his way of fine-tuning the amount of movement that he could get past the trigger wall. And in this case, it would go off with as little as less than a millimeter worth.
Let's see if we can get it off by just touching, if we can release the striker by just touching the slide. Now, I'm not touching it with my finger. How about that? So this was less than a millimeter, so we'll assume the one that is at 1 millimeter will go off. Okay? So let's try it. That time it didn't. And there it did. So that's kind of simulating of it's rolling around in a cop's holster.
Not a whole lot of movement required to have this go off by just having the slide be bumped or moved or in some way jostled around. That's a big concern. And then he addresses people that inevitably ended up talking about like the screw being there. Like, oh, it's just a full trigger pull with the screw. This doesn't really prove anything. I think he gives a good explanation on why the screw doesn't matter. It's there just to simulate what could happen should a millimeter worth of movement happen to the trigger, which again is something that can very easily happen.
I'm going to get some jerk off that comes in these comments go, we just don't stick a screw in your trigger. This is a tool to simulate, to take the human factor out so that you sane people that will come in my comments and say this aren't going, you pulled the trigger with your finger, bro. I didn't. The FBI report said there was a ledge on, it was either the sear or the striker hook. I don't remember. And you pulled the trigger a little bit, less than a millimeter, less than 1 millimeter, and it caught on that ledge, and then you holstered your gun. Okay, this is a G-code holster. Then you holstered your gun, and it just went off.
I think that right there really showcases it extremely well. Also, there are some holsters that do have like a reported issue where when you holster it, like depending on the angle, sometimes it can actually depress the trigger slightly. So if you happen to have one of those holsters and happen to put it in at that angle, and the SIG P320, the trigger gets depressed a little bit, a millimeter past the pre-travel, it could just go off in your holster. Like, that is an issue.
Let me see if I can set this on the desk and bang the desk and see if it'll... Now the camera's going to shake, so... Whoa! Let's see what we got here. Did it go off? Sure did. Look at that. So how could he set it on the desk and it go off? I just showed you right there. Again, this is simulating what the FBI found as a shelf on either the sear or the striker hook, and it getting caught up on that, or maybe you're putting input on the trigger and you've only gone less than a millimeter through the firing sequence, through the actual movement of the sear down is less than 1 millimeter. And we're gonna see if it'll set the cartridge off. I don't know, we'll try it a couple times. It might not, this safety might be working, but the other safeties might not have been, so let's see.
It is pretty crazy to see the desk demonstration there with just how little has to be exerted on it for it to discharge once there is that teensy tiny tiddlywink of movement past the trigger wall. Now, of course, I don't think this is going to happen all the time to every P320 out there, but the fact that it can happen at all is concerning. It is clearly an issue based on the numerous reported incidents, all of these alleged incidents with this weapon. It proves that there are a lot of circumstances that lead to that little amount of movement there, and it's causing it to discharge uncommanded. And it is something that needs some big looking into and maybe a little sprucing up, because it is seemingly responsible for numerous injuries and, at least in one case, a death. So I just found this to just be an interesting topic and a really great video from Wyoming Gun Project. Again, I recommend you check out the full thing. That's really about it. So yeah. Occasionally there's moments where an entire community bands together to accomplish a single goal, collaboratively working towards something truly wholesome, positive, and special. And this just happened in the most unlikely space: crypto. Yesterday a story blew up about a man who has cancer who was streaming to raise money so he could pay for his treatment to fight against it. And while streaming to raise money for his cancer treatment, someone convinced him to download a game called Block Blaster. And when he did, he lost all of the money in his wallet. It made like my nuts and drained it. It, like that, took away all the money he had raised for cancer treatment, approximately $32,000 or so. It turns out the game was malware that was disguised as a game. It had a ton of fake reviews. It had like hundreds of fake positive reviews, so it looked legitimate. Plus, no one expects a Steam game to have this kind of vulnerability in there where it could have some kind of malicious things go on in the background, but unfortunately, that's exactly what happened here. It is 100% confirmed. I made a video going deeper in this topic here if you want to see like the entirety of what happened. And that brings us to the latest chapter in this story here. Overnight, the community tirelessly worked to find those responsible and also prove that it was the game, because this is pretty unheard of for the most part. It was like fucking Batman trying to squeeze out the Riddler here. And they did. They confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt the game was responsible. They even identified apparently 907 victims. And not only did they prove that the game was causing all of these people to lose all of their crypto, they even unmasked some of the people responsible for it. Which means there could be real consequences for these fucking sick assholes here. Like, we even have snippets of conversations, like this one from David. The context here is these two are apparently involved in the theft with very little remorse, and David says, I will, sure. I didn't want to do that one, to be honest, but once I was done pin testing and sent it off, it was already done, and I figured he would make it back in a day. This is talking about Rostaland, the individual with stage 4 cancer who was raising money to try and get treatment to survive that they stole all of the money from through this game, Block Blasters. He said, bro, it's fucking huge. Life is fucked up, I know. And that's apparently referring to his tumor. Rostaland has a sarcoma, and he has posted some pictures of it because obviously being a pump.fun streamer, there's a lot of distrust. So he has done everything he can to prove the legitimacy. And like I said in the last video, it seems like everything there he is being honest about. Like he is telling the truth. He's not faking cancer, I don't believe. So this is him talking about it. He even says, dog, I will send it back, but he literally will make it back in a few hours. I checked how much he already made back. And then the other guy said he already made it back, to be honest. This is one of a few suspects. Now, ZachXBT actually reached out to me to give me even more information about this case because it is crazy. So real quick before getting into like more of the suspects, I would like to show you the evidence they compiled about all of the malicious files in Block Blasters that was leading to all of these people losing their money just from downloading a fucking Steam game. So if you check the Steam charts, it only ever had like a peak player count of 8, but it had 6.4 thousand downloads. So Steam charts are good to get a metric of like how alive a game is, but it doesn't tell you the whole story of how many people have played the game. And of that 6.4 thousand, it seems 907 victims were identified, people that maybe lost a lot of their crypto because they downloaded this. That's a lot of people. I really would wonder how much money they stole just from having this game on Steam. And mind you, this is not like a chart topper. This wasn't like a top seller game or anything like that. This was a pretty underground game. Like, even the name is as fucking generic and lame as it gets. Block Blasters? Sounds like one of those fake TV games where, like, the dad walks in and he says, hey, son, what you playing there? Oh, Dad, it's just like the latest Block Blasters game. Like, oh my god, you're such a fucking fossil, Dad. You don't know Block Blasters? Might as well just call it the pea that took a poop. Like, it's literally a nothing burger of a game, yet because of the fake reviews, and because they were, like, spreading it around, I even saw evidence that they had, like, compromised Twitter accounts trying to do paid promotions to people to stream Block Blasters to get more people to download it. I'm unsure if anyone ever actually, like, took that bait or not, but they even tried to, like, get it exposed to more people like that, so that way more people would download it, they could steal more people's wallets. It is a crazy scheme that still had 6.4 thousand downloads. Imagine this on a bigger scale if this becomes a more widespread problem. They got 907 people, and we know in one case they got $32,000 from just one of those victims. This is a frightening prospect for, like, the future of Steam games if this is something that people have now identified an exploit for that they can use. It makes it very scary. This is a really insightful thread that kind of goes over all of the main stuff. So there was a batch-based stealer with a fizz install backdoor, steal C binary, various VBS scripts and zip archives, which had the password 121. Now, keep in mind, I am a fucking troglodyte when it comes to this kind of deep-level shit. I am a homunculus, so a lot of this falls on deaf ears for me, but it seems pretty irrefutable. Like, this evidence here seems pretty watertight. They also have the file paths, the files themselves. They literally have everything. It feels dead to rights. Like, this is a case closed. And if you want to see, like, a full breakdown of the files and how it works, there's a website called G-Data Software that posted a full write-up on everything. And actually, according to this site, there's been some other notable games that have had similar things happen. So, perhaps the most notable case is that of PirateFi, a free-to-play game that comes with an information-stealing malware. The most recent malware infection in a game was Kimia, an early access title on Steam which was compromised by a threat actor known as EncryptHub through the injection of malicious binaries. These threat actors bypassed initial security screenings from Valve, which allowed the deployment of malicious patches and infected multiple users of the platform. And then they talk about how they observed it with Block Blasters. So this was reported by G-Data Software. And I didn't know about the previous cases here. So it seems like this isn't an isolated incident. This just happens to be probably the biggest one so far. And this one, they actually did apparently unmask some of the main suspects. They stole from a person with cancer. It actually doesn't get lower to that. They're going straight to hell. 100%. And people were so outraged that they all worked together so they could try and bring justice and try and help him get his money back, which, as I reported in the last video, Rostaland did get reimbursed the money that was stolen from him, which I think is amazing. Someone named Alex Becker reached out and sent him the $32,000 back, which is great. It's really nice to see something positive happen in a community that's become synonymous with like dog shit and terrible things happening. But job's not finished here. We still haven't gotten the good ending here, the happily ever after. The people behind it aren't behind bars. They aren't sucking farts out of assholes or anything yet. But it looks like that might happen. It looks as though the people that have stolen from 907 victims, including someone with cancer, have been unmasked. Apparently, in their Telegram, which Telegram might even be worse than Pump.fun when it comes to like nefarious activities. I have never heard Telegram in a sentence that wasn't preceded by some of the most foul shit you've ever heard of. It feels like that platform is exclusively used by criminals. But real quick, here's a nice TLDR from VX Underground, who directly was involved in reporting on this, and it's been quite an adventure. So here's like a lore recap in case you got lost here. So Rostaland had his crypto wallet drained because he downloaded block blasters. He has stage 4 cancer, and he was targeted specifically for the cancer treatment money. He lost $32,000. Alex Becker donated $30,000 to him. People came together. They found the drainer infrastructure, pulled all the victim data from it. They will be notifying the victims. The malware has been flagged. And then even more people came together. They found their info from Telegram IDs, and then found their info from their Steam IDs. So now that you're caught up, how they got the info on the main suspects is one of them had joined a Telegram that they were alerted to, and it turns out it was actually hard-coded with some signatures. They then had the names, and they were able to cross-reference that with things like Steam IDs, and they were pretty much able to pull the fucking Scooby-Doo mask off of these villains here. This post kind of lays it out step by step since a lot of people were very curious. So the shitty malware sent all the stolen data to a Telegram the scammers made. We connected to the Telegram channel using the same credentials that were inside of the shitty malware. Inside the channel was the scammers. We got their Telegram IDs. And then from there, they cross-referenced with like public-facing chat rooms, stuff like that, and they were able to just start connecting all of these dots and finding the main suspects. And the main one that's been getting clowned on is this guy, Valentine. Now, Valentine has gone dark. He is fucking going off the grid. He is moving himself into the back rooms right now. He's deleted all of his socials that I can find. Apparently, even his girlfriend has done the same. That I haven't confirmed myself. I haven't gone to, like, any of her pages or anything. But Valentine likes to think of himself as an influencer. So there are tons of posts with him flexing very expensive things, seemingly off the back of stealing so much money from so many victims through his malware block blasters on Steam. Now again, it's not like he did this alone. He wasn't the solo person responsible here, but he is one of a handful of suspects. He is kind of becoming the poster for it, though, the mascot, because he's such an insufferable douchebag, apparently. What a nice guy. When he's not stealing money from cancer patients, he loves hanging out with his girlfriend and doing cringe TikTok dances together. Look at how cool this guy is. This really was an extremely thorough and just crazy investigation the community banded together to conduct here, all for the sake of bringing down these fucking vile worms responsible for stealing money from over 900 people, including, of course, Rostaland. That was really the spark that ignited this. And VX Underground gave a list of like the most notable people who worked this, so you can see like the credits here. Huge hats off to all of them for their work on this, because if there can actually be like some justice here, not only with, of course, Rostaland getting the money back, that's amazing, but also the people that did this being held responsible and facing real punishment for it, that would be amazing. Now, apparently a lot more information was uncovered about the individuals seemingly behind this, but this is all I'll share publicly here. Apparently the people that conducted this investigation have already turned over all of their findings to authorities. So, there is a very real chance that these people will not get away with this. That's amazing. That's fucking incredible, because in crypto, there's a rug pull every minute. There's a scam every second. There's always someone losing their money in tragic ways in the crypto space, and very rarely does that go punished. And in this case, I thought for sure that was going to be the same song and dance here where they just delist the game and vanish. But the community did not let that happen. This is the result of a community motivated by a single goal of getting justice for someone that was wronged. They stooped to a level lower than you'll normally see, stealing from someone with cancer. It ignited a spark in the community where they worked together to catch these evil people. And I think that is great. I can only now hope that the authorities will do their job and actually deliver some consequences to those responsible for this attack. And hopefully all of the other victims will get their money back as well somehow. I don't exactly know what that'll look like, but I'm really hoping the other 906 people that downloaded this game and perhaps lost a lot of money because of it will be made whole again too. Anyway, I had to give you the follow-up here. This has just been nuts. And I do think that this maybe needs to be some kind of wake-up call to Steam, that there is something that needs to be changed, so that way this kind of thing can't happen again in the future. They need to, like, revamp their, like, screening protocols or something, and I understand that it's, like, just a complete open market where people can just dump their bowels on there willy-nilly, but having this kind of possibility on the table is very scary to anyone on the platform that might see a game from a small indie dev that looks interesting. They download it, all of a sudden they have some really harmful shit on their computer. That is something that needs to be explored and fixed. Hopefully this isn't like the first of many to come. And anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm playing Chivalry Deadliest Warrior Beta for the PC. Let's do this shit. I played a lot of Chivalry Medieval Warfare, but I've only been playing this beta for like an hour, hour and a half. So I'm still getting my feet wet. Look at these noodle arms pump. This is how running is meant to look. This is what nature wanted for us. Enemy sighted. Let the dance begin, come on. I'm ready to rock and roll. Alright, you want to run away? That's fine. You can't escape me. You can't escape these noodle arms. I'm the fucking noodler. You think you can get away from the noodler? Yeah, fuck the Riddler. I'm the new Batman supervillain. Instead of asking Batman riddles, I'll ask him about noodles. Son of a bitch. Alright, I'm gonna try the Viking this time around. Spartan's not really working for me too well. Here we go. Incoming! Thank heavens that didn't hit anybody. Oh good, that missed as well. Awesome. Where'd my shield go? Did it just disappear? Excuse me, gentlemen. I seem to have misplaced my frisbee. Just trying to retrieve it. I guess my shield decided it didn't want to exist anymore. I have no fucking idea where it is unless it just dug a hole over here really quickly and I just can't find it now. Will you gentlemen please leave me to my business? I'd like to find my shield, please. You fucking bastard. Alright, fine. I'll take you to prom. Let's go get a little privacy away from everyone else. Just one-on-one. You still following me, champ? Yeah, there you are. I have no idea where I'm going, but I'll get us where we need to go. Awesome. You're on thin ice, mister. Oh, looky here, I get my shield back. I guess I had enough of hanging out with the Earth's mantle. I'm about to run this dude over like a freight train. I am absolutely going to dust his furniture! Goodness shitting gracious! It's like I just watched a star go supernova. How is he still standing, let alone swinging? Oh, you better be counting your chickens. If that shield had hit, he'd be a pile of ash. Here we go, we're back and cooking. We got the shield. We're cooking in the kitchen of shield. Oh, what the fuck, there's two of them? When did reinforcements arrive? When did he radio that in? The sky is just too damn bright today. Target acquired. Operation Weed Whacker is a go. Son of a bitch. Pardon me, I'd like my shield back. Alright, here we go. Thank you. Let's commence the fight. Why can't it's not letting me throw my shield? Fuck! He is watering my garden right now. Why is the shield just glued to my back? There's not much I could do about that. I picked a fight with an anti-shield combat connoisseur. Hey friends, I brought a frisbee. Just hit a teammate. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. My shield thirsts for blood, it doesn't matter whose. Well, that just fell down Mariana's trench. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to find this. Yeah, that's gone. As is my teammate. Now he's trying to shove a telephone down my dick hole. That's bullshit. I was blocking. Everyone knows. Skin beats metal. Go long! Looks like a flying saucer going through the air. That's the perfect intimidation tactic. Make the enemy think aliens entered the battlefield. Bring it on, purple team. I'll wash all of your dirty dishes. I don't give a shit. Splendid. The fuck are you doing, comrade? Is this one of those rain dances? Can't you see the snow on the ground? It's far too cold for rain in this environment, you fucking maniac. Oh, you do not want to go down this path. I will wash your fucking windows, bitch! How many times you want to get hit by a shield? I've hit you twice. 3 times? Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Doctors say getting hit by a shield twice can leave you with some bad boo-boos. 3 times is just unheard of. How about 4? Checkmate. Your battleship has been sunk. And to think some imbeciles claim shields are used for defense. Where do you think you're taking your ass cheeks? Nope, get back here. I'm gonna spank him. Oh, wow, look at that. He's got a sword hanging out of his mouth. At least finish what you start eating, please, sir. Show some respect to the person who cooked you that sword. Oh, here we go. I'm going to compliment your titties. Why the fuck can't I land the shield now? It's like 3 in a row. Oh, shit, damn it. He's trying to pay my bills. Move. This is getting absurd. I have at most 0 kills and at least 13 deaths. That's not too bad, but I feel I could do better. Run for cover, I'm throwing Kung Lao's hat. I didn't hit anybody. I didn't hit anybody with that either. Color me surprised. Just grabbing my shield, gentlemen. Now I'm gonna skedaddle. You two enjoy each other's company. Why the fuck are you coming after me? It's the same dude, damn it. I wish you would stop doing my laundry. Holy shit. It's just not even a fair fight. He's a samurai with some advanced weapons. I'm a fucking Viking using half a watermelon as my shield. Is this dude performing an exorcism on himself? Just sitting there jogging in place. I think something's wrong with this guy's computer. I don't really care though, I need the kill. Thank you. I feel a lot better now. My self-esteem has never been this high. Finally, a kill. It only took 20 deaths to get it. And the person's computer killed itself. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Let's play a game of Am I Afraid of Being Outnumbered? I'm not. Game over. Who the fuck thinks they can stop me? You think you can stop me? Come here, bitch. Holy shit, I got another kill. That's 2. That's 2. Let's make it 3. I'm satisfied with 2. It's impossible for me to miss. Go ahead and call me Professor Never Miss. Fuck. Here we go. You're not ready? Son of a bitch, neither am I. I have to reload. Not worth it. I'd rather kick. Take that. How do you like my pedicure? My goodness. Come over here. I'll just stand here kicking. Walk into my foot. Just walk into... You walked into my foot. Are you a fucking lunatic? Walk into my foot again. All in all, it's one of my better games since I've been in the beta. I'm pretty happy with 3 and 16. It's pretty damn good to me. Alright, well, I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.
Ah! What note was that? These pipes can hit the most rare of musical notes. And speaking of music, I got some music for your ears right now. I got a wonderful melody. You ever heard of AI? Because man, do we have some great news on that front. AMC's getting experimental. They're putting their grubby little paws into the AI short films cookie jar, and they are going to be screening AI short films at select theaters before trailers with potential plans to expand nationwide. Which is exactly what everyone's been begging for. Anyone who's been to the cinema over the last 2 years has probably heard this time and time again, man, I wish I could watch some AI-generated shorts before watching my movie. And finally, they're delivering. Better late than never, I always say. Now, if I may be so bold, and far be it from me to question the galaxy brain smarties over there at the old AMC think tank, but what the fuck are you smoking? Like, this has got to be an actual, mythical crack pipe that they're passing around over there to think that this is a good idea. If you really wanted to ham fist shorts into the cinema experience before a movie plays, why would you take the plunge with AI shorts to begin with? Something that is universally hated. The only people that like AI animated shorts are like actual single-digit smooth-brain worms that clap like seals at anything that makes noise. Like, this is so fucking stupid. If you're really hell-bent on bringing shorts into the theater before the movie plays, why not just play actual shorts created by real people and real talent? Like, it's not like shorts are a new thing. These have existed for as long as cameras have. So this isn't some brand new, unheard of thing only made possible thanks to the power of AI. They could have done this whenever they wanted to in the past. And they did dip their toes in occasionally with shorts that play before movies. But I just don't understand why now they want to make this big push for it. My speculation is they're probably getting paid oodles of clams for it, and every single industry is trying desperately to suckle from the titty of AI and anything even AI adjacent. That's my speculation. But I'd like to take this a step further and say that I think the idea of putting even more bloat before your movie plays is terrible. I feel like the people at AMC don't actually watch movies. They don't actually go to the theater and watch movies. I have timed every single experience I have had at the cinema for the last 2 years. So when I sit down, I time from the moment the trailers start to the moment the movie I paid for starts. And the average duration of trailers is 21 minutes, but it sometimes gets as high as 30 minutes. So you can wait up to 30 minutes after the posted time for your movie to finally see the movie. It turns what should be only like, 2.5 hour experience into an all-day fucking affair because you're just held hostage watching shit that you don't really care about seeing. And now they want to add even more to that. That blows my mind. That is so tone deaf and so out of touch. Now, to give you a little more information here, it looks like the AI short that's going to be playing at select theaters is called Thanksgiving Day, an intergalactic tale about a bear and a platypus, and it just won Frame Forward AI Animated Film Festival. Very prestigious. That is coveted. People go their whole lives striving to achieve that accomplishment, being the best AI animated short at Frame Forward. And one of the prizes for winning here is a 2-week national theatrical run for it. And looking at what the experts have to say, this one is a must-watch. This short might be better than the movie that I'm paying tickets for. Thanksgiving Day is a masterclass in original storytelling, a wildly inventive journey that balances sharp satire with unexpected emotional payoff, proving that bold imagination with the tools of AI complement the future of animated filmmaking. That's according to Joel Rudman, president and head of studio for Moose. And then, of course, jurist Neil Paris from Google's 100 Zeros, whatever the fuck that is, what the hell? I feel like I just read an Xbox Live gamertag. Said, Thanksgiving Day is an imaginative... Jesus, it made me dyslexic. Thanksgiving Day is an imaginative and funny short showcasing AI's ability to unlock imagination for animated storytelling. Thank God, it's fully unlocked now. Before, it was forbidden. You couldn't tell stories without AI. But, thankfully, those are prehistoric times now. That's ancient. Obsolete. Now, I decided to take a peek at Frame Forward's little trailer here, and I got to be blessed with a little bit of footage of Thanksgiving Day, and wow, I gotta tell you, they're underselling how good it looks.
The future of filmmaking is unfolding now. Welcome to the Frame Forward AI Film Contest.
That's the future right there that you're staring down the pipe of, and the future is looking bright. I always find it fucking adorable that they say directed by or credited as a director for typing in the sentences to the AI generation tools. That is super cute. That's me calling myself a chef every time I make myself a bowl of cereal. Anyway though, I'll stop yapping on the AMC stuff for now because there's one other thing I want to talk about, and it's something Matt sent me. Apparently there is a big video going around about AI camera tools that are being used at like a coffee shop to track the efficiency of their workers as well as monitor behavior of the customers, which is finally some good news here and a positive implementation of AI because people are always demanding more Big Brother breathing down our necks. So this is great, so that way customers know that they are secure being constantly monitored by the eye in the sky, and employees can be happy knowing that the corporation is watching them every second of every day to ensure their productivity is high enough so that way they can train AI to replace them in the future. Now here's the clip that's apparently been going around. You can see Anna's got 20 cups over there, Elena 10 cups, and you also have the time that the customers have been there, I suppose, on their computers, fiddling around, sitting around. And the idea here is, from a corporation perspective, they can look at what employees are working real hard and no doubt reward them. You know, companies do love to do that. But on the flip side of that, unfortunately, you know, Olga over there's only got 3 cups. So maybe they're thinking about letting her go. Maybe they'll fire her because her cup efficiency isn't what it should be compared to someone like Anna, who's really putting her best foot forward here. Now, buckle your seatbelt because things get a little weird and wacky here. So it's referred to as Neurospot Barista Staff Control and Customer Monitoring Module, something like that. And when you look up Neurospot to try and get information on this technology, you find this, a speech therapy platform called Neurospot. And if you dig a little bit deeper, you find this exact same video posted onto Reddit 2 years ago with people speculating that it's not real and it's actually just a bunch of baloney and it's more of like a conceptual piece, not like an actual tool that's being implemented or anything like that. But then when you go a step further, it was like the 3rd page of Google for me, I found this website. It's sparksnet.com/blog, Neurospot CCTV AI video analytics turning surveillance into smart strategy. And this site it's peculiar. Something fishy is afoot here. So, when you read it, it's very clear that a lot of this feels ChatGPT generated, not legitimate. But then when you go down here for like how Neurospot works, brains behind the lens. At the center of Neurospot is video intelligence powered by AI. Here's what it can do. Facial recognition, not who came into the building, but real-time monitoring of attendance, VIP customer identification, or access control. Object and behavior detection, spot a weapon, detect suspicious loitering, alert on a fall, or identify someone entering a restricted area. Audio analytics, hearing a breaking glass or raised voice, Neurospot listens and alerts you. Predictive analysis, it doesn't just show you what's happening, it tells you what might happen next based on historical trends, actually doing like a fucking Minority Report thing there. Natural language interaction, want to ask, show me all incidents from last Tuesday between 2 to 4 p.m., Neurospot understands and responds. This is not a watch and wait tool, it's a proactive partner in your day-to-day operations. So basically, you get a fucking Tony Stark Jarvis. And then down here is where things, I think, go real cattywampus real quick. Neurospot is not just for big tech firms or high-security buildings, it's smart analytics catered to a wide range of industries. Hospitals. Track table occupancy in real time. Track table occupancy in real time? Like, what, in the cafeteria of a hospital? Okay, maybe. Monitor plate presentation and cleanliness. Again, that feels like it's not the most pressing concern when it comes to hospitals. I don't think you'd care that much to be checking the cameras looking for plate cleanliness in the hospital cafeteria. Analyze customer mood and football. Is that important in hospitals? The customer's mood and football? Also, Let's assume that this is a big misunderstanding, a big typo. They meant to put this in the sports bar section for why people would want the NeuroSpot CCTV AI tool. How is it analyzing football? What is it analyzing? Is it going to give you like probability in order for you to help make educated polymarket gambling? Like, what do you mean it's analyzing football? I'm very confused on that. I truly can't understand what that could possibly be. And then, of course, they're pitching it in schools so you can track all of the kids. You can even detect bullying and unusual student behavior. Wow. Then back into healthcare, separate from hospitals. This is for patient activity, fall detection, PPE compliance, wait times, ensuring staff are following hygiene. You can use it in warehousing, banking, and retailing. So why are businesses devoted to NeuroSpot? Are they devoted to NeuroSpot? Because again, I was struggling to find any evidence of it even existing. I couldn't find anything to confirm that it was real. And this website is odd to begin with, from SparkNets. This whole thing just already doesn't even feel legit. This feels so shady. I don't understand. And like, I haven't fully navigated it, but products, when you click products, it doesn't work. When you go to blogs, it just takes you to like these generic garbage things about, you know, helping people understand health better without replacing doctors, like how AI is, you know, working in tandem with doctors. The whole thing just is so weird. About Us also doesn't work, which bodes really well. And then Home, which takes you to the an innovative AI agency spiel that they dump on you here. I'm really skeptical if the NeuroSpot is actually a real thing, because I just don't really trust this, so I don't even think that what is in that video, what's presented in that video, is a real tool. Feels like it's just a fake piece, especially when you really stop to look at it. Why? Here, let me go full cam. Why would the tool have the squiggly lines to track customer and employee movement? That's fucking worthless, because if you're running this 24/7, at the end of the day, every day, the screen is going to be nothing but squiggly lines from all the people that have been moving around. You're not going to get any valuable data out of that in the first place. I just don't think it's real. But what I do know is real, and what I can find evidence on is, and this dates back like a decade from some of the stuff I was reading, some bigger corporations at like their warehouse spaces and such do have tools that they use to monitor employee productivity, I guess for the sake of trying to find who's, you know, being productive enough and who needs to be fired for slacking, that kind of thing. We measure their productivity so that way we can always be firing the ones that don't live up to our standards. Doesn't everyone want to help corporation by being productive? This is for your own good, so now we have to track every single thing you do. Couldn't help but notice through our tools that your heart rate never exceeded 120 BPM. That demonstrates a lack of enthusiasm and excitement. It seems like this job's not stimulating enough for you. Take a hike. You fucking scram. Get out of here. So, like, I do find evidence that some companies have tools to monitor employee behavior. I haven't found evidence that it's these tools, the NeuroSpot and what we see there. But I also am 100% certain that companies will be looking to integrate AI into their monitoring to collect data on customers and to track their employees and to train AI off of their employees so that way they can replace them with AI to save them money on their bottom line long term. That I know is coming if it's not here already. I just am not convinced that it's the NeuroSpot. Anyway, though, just wanted to yap about that a little bit as well since Matt put it on my radar. Anyway, that's about it. See ya.
Just water.
This is more expensive, but you get more out of that, is what I was saying.
Oh. Co-founder and CEO, John Gluck.
That can't be real.
Wait, Kia.
This is $250.
This is $250. I will tell you, the box stinks. This water is dollars.
Oh my god. Alright.
talk about all the problems with Stranger Things 5.
We are revisiting an old tier list. Probably close to like 5 to 6 years ago now, right? We did a water bottle tier list.
Yeah, we did that. Was that in the green screen room?
No, that was at my fucking dinner table.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I don't think I was
yeah,
there for that one.
nope. This predates even Chelsea.
This
I think.
predates women.
Yeah, we did this before girls existed.
Crazy.
Before the Lord took one of our ribs and made a woman out of it.
You're welcome.
And yeah, you're welcome, ladies. So now, back then, we did only gas station water bottles that we could find in 15 minutes. This time, we prepped and found every water bottle ever made.
This is all of them.
Yeah, this is all of them out there.
And this one also is focusing on a little bit on price because we got a really expensive one, which you got to watch till the end to see how many thousands of dollars it costs. So, yeah, we're going to see if price plays an impact, and we're just going to try a bunch of waters. It's not every water because we're missing our favorite Zephyr Hills.
What?
This is more of a price tier list than a water bottle tier list.
We are looking at the rarest water on Earth based on price and seeing which is the best.
Yeah. This one's super rare now because Ashton Hall. You can barely find Saratoga anymore.
We're going to start with Zin water. Save our oceans.
How expensive is that one?
Yep.
So we're looking at
Gotta figure out how it opens.
$1.50 to $2 a bottle. So $2 for a bottle of water. That's kind of expensive for water, right?
It is.
I don't know a normal price. Go ahead, take a sip.
Alright, Zin water.
It's got a nipple top. It's like a sports.
It's fine. It's just normal water.
You know what I find with all the fancy waters is it all talks about the pH. So this one's alkaline. It's 9.5 pH.
Yep.
All of these, for the most part, say something about their pH levels, which I don't know what's. See, that's 10 pH.
This is 9.5. I think the lower pH, the happier your tummy.
This one's 8.4.
No, wait, no, I don't think so. I think the lower pH, the more acidic it is, right? Isn't that how that works?
Is lower acidic or basic?
I
I'm
can't
pretty
remember.
sure lower is acidic because if that's a 10, that's basically acid, is it not?
No.
10 is the top of the scale, is it not?
No, I think it goes to like 14 or something
does
like
it?
that. I think 7 is perfectly.
Yeah, 7 is
7
neutral.
is neutral. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure low is acid.
I can't remember. It's been too long. But if you ask me to do electron orbitals for the periodic table, I'll nail that.
A higher pH number is less acidic.
Yeah, it's more basic. What number do you start hitting ouchie levels of acid? Like, I would say like 4?
What pH?
Hurts me.
Yeah.
Very acidic is below 4 to 5, and very alkaline is above 9 to 10.
So this is very alkaline.
I'm feeling it.
That's like drinking a Tums.
This says, generally speaking, it starts to get dangerous with strong acids, pH below 2, and some strong bases, pH above 12. So, seems like we're okay.
I think this is
How many of these are Nestle, do you think?
Yeah, like
Probably all of them.
maybe all of them, yeah.
All right.
This is fine. Give it like a B.
All right.
Normal water. I got no strong
Yeah, I
feelings.
feel like if B is our 7, it's a B. It's just water.
Yeah, that's just normal water.
And the rest are probably not just going to be
I'm
normal water.
seeing our future.
This is eternal, naturally alkaline spring water. That's a very cool bottle.
That is a cool bottle. How much is Eternal?
This looks fancy.
I know the lore on this one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know
What's-
it had
what's the
lore.
lore?
This one's the Dollar Tree bottle.
Oh!
right?
Whoa!
And look at all the other bottles.
Dude,
Yeah.
sitting down Friday night with the boys, bottle of Eternal and a Mama Celeste pizza. You kidding me? Oh man,
That's heaven right there.
that's boys' night if I've ever heard.
Taking a
one.
peek at the new Stranger Things season.
Speaking of our future, it's like how Vecna saw the future and did nothing with it.
Ain't that true?
Are you holding the water in your mouth to like really get a good taste?
It's like wine.
Oh, not really. I was just talking with the water in my mouth. This is
here
this
it
is good.
It's good. That's good water. Dollar Tree water
Tree.
is good. I think if we call it now, we can say lower price, better water.
Yeah, I like
That's-
that more than Zen.
That's science.
I give that a B plus.
I'm gonna go A.
Oh, going A, huh? Mm-hmm. Going A. That's
I guess
very bold.
we should have had Zephyr Hills as our gold standard.
Well, but you know what that's
We-
like.
we
You
know.
can
I
picture
remember.
it. Yeah.
Fiji.
I only buy Fiji and Smart Water when I'm at the airport, and it's like $14.95 every time.
I only buy Smart Water when I'm at the movie theaters, and it's like $8.
You don't buy it at the airport?
Not not often.
I think I like Fiji. I think Fiji's good.
I think Fiji was one of our top 2 on the tier
Yeah,
list.
it is good. That is good water. You get what you pay for.
Fiji is so just nothing. Like
Yeah.
Fiji is water.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like you drink something and it's got a little bit of flavor in there.
Yeah.
There's nothing in Fiji. It's straight H2O.
I would imagine if we did the last 3 with blindfolds on, we would have no fucking clue which is which.
Give me a blindfold.
You,
No.
we do the rest of
You don't think there's a difference between that and Eternal?
I would put this at the exact same ranking I would give Eternal, which is good.
I was going to do
Which
the
is a B
same,
plus.
an A, but I thought it tasted like nothing.
No, there's got to be like a really good water in here. And it's
I
probably 10.
have to imagine when we start tasting 10 pH.
Yeah. This is when we get scary.
Yeah.
I got it at Whole Foods and it said it was local.
This is
But
local.
it's
That's
from
local water?
Boca Raton, so I don't know how local.
I don't want to drink Florida water.
This is local
Right.
Florida swamp water.
Huh.
Yeah, that was
Interesting.
Well, Zephyr Hills is also local in that case.
I don't
Zephyr Hills is in Florida.
think the Zephyr Hills on the water bottle is the same as our Zephyr Hills.
It absolutely
It
is.
definitely is.
100% it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah, so that was $2
Huh.
as well.
Electrolytes may crystallize in the bottle. Just shake gently and enjoy. pH test strips do not accurately measure pH above 8. Use an electronic meter for true
So
results.
the website is also claiming that it is the only water that is actually at a perfect 10 pH.
Oh, perfect 10 water.
Perfect 10.
Whoa! Their water comes from Crystal Springs. I've
Ew.
swam in that. I've drank my own swim.
In Zephyr Hills? Yeah, I've swum in it too.
I have. Wait, where? Crystal Springs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I was thinking Ginny Springs.
I've drank myself.
All right, perfect 10. You're not gonna believe it. That tastes identical to water that we've previously consumed.
It feels, I guess, different in my mouth. It doesn't taste any different.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could go for mouthfeel. Let me see.
I would say the mouth feels 5% different. I think, to your point, if I was blindfolded, I might not be able to tell you that.
I don't know where these electrolytes are hiding, but I'm not finding them. It was fine.
Yep, that's fine.
That was okay. I don't know if I care about it being a perfect 10 pH, to be honest with you. Didn't do much for me.
All right, here's an expensive one.
Yeah, that's
This
that's
is
Voss water.
Voss. Oh, it's not glass Voss, though. It's
No.
not glass.
But even the glass ones weren't too expensive. The plastic ones, I think I ordered them, so that's why they came out.
That's fair.
But
All right.
that's still $2.50 for the bottle.
We're getting up there.
$2.50 for a bottle of Voss.
That's a big mouth.
That's like liquid gold right
This
there.
I'm not going to say anything.
What the fuck is that?
I had to cough when it.
F tier. Almost killed him.
Fuck. The second I took a drink, I got a cough.
That was such a visceral reaction to it.
Water's fine.
This one, I think, has more of a taste.
Let me taste. Oh, let me, without coughing, let me try.
I'm going to go B.
This. You said you think it has more of a taste?
When I'm saying more, I'm saying 5%. Like, there's something there.
I don't know. Just tastes like a little flatter, I guess. Maybe you could argue. I don't know.
Do you think the others tasted carbonated?
Not really. I guess it just feels so flat that it's
That's-
the only thing that
It's like in a
stands
vacuum.
out. Yeah. Give it like another B.
Oh, B.
Whoa.
This is gonna be bad.
Just
I feel
water.
it. I feel
You
it.
think? Because it's in a...
Yeah. Whenever you have these
wait.
like quirky things coming in, like it's just a fucking egg or something. It's like, I hope so.
Yeah, no, I saw this company that had this like soap.
Just soap?
Just soap.
Yeah, but you don't eat that.
You don't eat it, no, but you're getting what you get. You know,
You're
you're just
getting what
getting
you
soap.
This has an expiration date.
That's it?
Yeah. Best by May 12th, 2027.
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah, we got time, but,
Yeah, but
why,
that feels
why has it got an
short
expiration
for
date?
water.
Maybe because the
Oh, the
cardboard.
cardboard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Box water or whatever. No.
I thought there was another.
Oh, yeah,
water.
that's actually pretty fucking terrible. That's not very good. I don't like that. I feel like I'm tasting the cardboard more than the water.
Yeah, it definitely takes on the taste of the cardboard. It's
Yeah.
not bad. I guess you just called it terrible.
Well, when I say terrible, I mean
compared
relative to
the
like
others.
what water you would
I'm going
want.
to put it all the way down in C.
$2.50 a bottle.
$2.50? It's in
$2.50?
cardboard.
Yeah.
I have to. This is the problem. It's the same thing with eating healthy. To do good things and have recyclable.
Well, the thing with that too
Well, you
is
can
it's
recycle
cardboard,
plastic.
but it's fucking plastic.
That's what I was gonna say. There's plastic on
and
that.
there's still so much plastic on it, so you're not.
What's
really
the
doing
point?
shit.
It's not like a
Okay.
milk.
Also,
Well-
it's not just water; it's in a container. They're lying.
True.
We got a lot of.
Yeah, this out of all of them, this is the one that I like the least. I feel like
I
I
agree.
tasted a lot of cardboard residue.
I'm going C, and I think I'm already, based on naming, gonna like the next one less. This is 9020 Beverly Hills
90H2O.
90H20.
God, that's quirky.
Yep.
It's
This
from
reminds
Beverly
me-
Hills.
Yeah, and it's drink the world's finest. TM.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. How expensive was that one?
This one is $4.50 a bottle.
That's the stupidest
This
thing.
is
That's
the
the
shit
small...
they put on your nightstand in a hotel.
I was gonna say it.
It's horrible quality too, right? Like it's like really. I don't know. I just don't like. the feel of
California
it.
Mountain Spring Water. Yeah,
That is
it's
the
a
most
shitty
California shit I've ever
bottle. It
seen
is.
and heard.
Smooth, crisp, light. Shut up.
Dummies.
Co-founder and CEO John Gluck.
No.
That can't be
That's a
real.
fake name.
John Gluck.
That's a fake name. Hey, okay, hold on, guys. We were a
Yeah.
little hasty.
Sorry.
It won the World's Best Water Award,
Yeah.
as well as the Best of Beverly Hills Golden Palm Award. So who
That's like a
Who votes for
best
that?
of the day type of thing.
yeah, who is on the council of the World's Best Water Award Committee, I wonder?
Guarantee it's John Gluck.
Get on that.
I know. Like, how are we not there? We've done I've done 3 water bottle tier lists. One with you, one with the boys, and now one more with you. Who else is more qualified?
Nobody. There's some numbers and water drops on the back. What do they mean?
The mineral content of the water you drink matters. The finest waters in the world are flowing with natural minerals that your mouth can taste and your body can feel. And then it just gives you the numbers of like potassium, magnesium. Yeah.
Good?
Nope.
Was
I
it
mean,
worth-
it's just water.
Was it worth the Golden Palm Award?
No, it's just normal water. It does gluck when it's coming
It
out,
does.
though. to his credit. Can you hear that gluck on camera?
Yeah, let me get
Yeah,
in there.
you're-
Can you gluck me a couple times?
Here. I'll gluck you a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's some good gluckage.
I would put that in the Fiji where there's no taste.
Yeah, it's just very normal water.
I'm getting something of an aftertaste.
Are you? I'm not. I don't get any sense of minerals that my mouth and body can feel.
I've probably just engorged myself on water. Oh. Yeah, I'll go B.
I'll give it a C just because I hate their branding and their price.
I didn't
You're paying more for what is fundamentally the same quality
See?
water as all the
Now
other
I'm
ones.
understanding what this video is, and I'm going to change my ranking to a C.
Yeah,
Price
and
to
I'm going to change it to a
quality
D
ratio.
now. Now it's a D.
It's a race to the bottom. All right, this one has to be expensive.
That one is about $3.50 a bottle.
Okay, this is pH 8.4 Icelandic Glacial, and it says.
We tried
Let me
this
see
one last
the
time.
label. Let me see the label. Whoa.
And it says this one is bottled at the source, Ulfus Spring, Iceland.
I think we liked it, if I remember right.
I don't remember. I hope so. There's going to be nothing nasty in this one.
One of the better waters. I don't know if it's worth $3.50. It's kind of what it boils down to. I don't.
Matt just had the realization that it was just water again, and he
Yeah.
was trying to think of anything new to
It's
say.
all water. the thing to be mindful
One
of.
of them did have Molly in it. You should.
The thing to be mindful of is why would you pay the extra amount of money for
When it
this
tastes the
water
same.
when it tastes the same as the cheaper waters like Eternal?
Because the marketing makes you think that it's not just the normal
Exactly.
water.
I will say one thing I especially disliked about this before we turn the cameras on is this here. This is how the bottle's supposed to be. It's like a glacier, but this side specifically keeps making me think it's dented, and I keep trying to pop the dent out.
It's one of the better waters based on just being up there with like a Fiji and shit, but
Yep.
I wouldn't pay the
Well,
extra
an
money.
Eternals bottle is really cool looking, but it doesn't
It
make you
is.
think it's dented,
It's
right?
like
Yeah,
boots.
and it's huge.
It is a massive.
You
bottle.
get a lot
How much
more.
was it? $1?
$1.25.
For that?
$1.25.
Pull Eternal back out. Now
Yeah,
I
get him
understand
off the
what
bench.
we're talking
Eternal's coming back out.
That size, that's
Wait,
$2.50.
Kia.
This is $2.50.
This is $2.50. This was $1.25. $2.50. This one doubles as a wrist rest for your computer.
It's true.
All right, let's try IKEA.
Waikika from the Hawaiian volcanic from
was
the
insensitive.
Hawaiian volcanic water.
All right, $2.50 for a shot of water.
Yeah, those are tiny.
This is another thing they'd put on your fucking nightstand in a hotel room.
This is like a flight water, like a little travel
It's
water.
never
Really
enough.
$9 there.
Yeah, true. Again, that's just that's normal water. But why would you pay $2.50 for so little of it? What are you feeling over there?
It's water.
That is just water, huh?
It's filtered through porous volcanic rock. Just don't do whatever they do in
We
Dollar
should try
Tree
and make our own filtered water.
from a volcano.
No, filter it through like the
Yeah,
rocks.
we should find like a really interesting looking place that has water and just hype it up as like the coolest shit in Tampa. Like naturally harvested from fucking
Local Tampa Spring.
I'm trying to think of a park. Looks like a park. From Gaslight Park's fountain.
From Hyde Park.
Yeah.
The Mountain Valley Spring. I, hot take, have always hated these aluminum cans.
I'm not a fan. So like,
don't
do
like
you
it.
not like Liquid Death?
I do not.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
I
fan
don't
either.
hate their product. I just don't like these cans. I don't
I'm
want.
fine with them if they have the screw tops. I don't like how Liquid Death had the actual
Tabs.
like tab.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to drink out of plastic. I'm working on some GI Joe balls here. I need to keep filling.
All right, this is the original since 1871.
The original can too.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe what's in there.
I think the title of this video is your water killing you?
Is
Very
water a
sensitive.
scam? Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I feel like I almost always only get these at events, like the metal cans at a concert or something.
Yeah, it's social. It's supposed to be
They-
social.
It makes you talk more. They heat up so quickly. I feel like your water gets warm so fast. That's
Yeah,
always my problem with
I
it.
agree with that. It definitely feels that way.
I don't like the, how much was that?
$2.50.
C.
You get better than that at least, but even still.
Oh, I didn't even rank that one. I said it's water.
Oh yeah, this is an F. fuck that guy.
That is
That
too
one's
less,
the F.
250.
Yeah. See.
less
Yeah,
for more
C
on the
is fine.
Ikea one. Suck.
All right, give me that next one.
Dude, I'm getting full.
I have to ask you guys, check and see if they're bottled in the same spot. Because
Oh, they are very
they're
similar, but let me
made
see
the
that
same
one.
way,
This
it's
one?
just One is Whole Foods brand and one is that one.
No.
Okay.
This one's Arkansas. This one also says can liner not made with bisphenol A, BPA.
That's cool. Well, is this one made with bisphenol BPA?
I don't know.
If it
Imagine.
doesn't say it's not.
I think we can safely assume this has toxic chemicals in there.
I
since
think
it
so.
doesn't tell
That
me
is
it
not
doesn't.
BPA free.
Nope. Nope.
This one is.
BPA abundant, I would imagine. That's the conclusion I'll draw
Extra
from
BPA.
that.
Whoa.
Oh
This
wait, do we have a
one-
difference?
This one is so nothing that the others feel like something. But in a good way.
That's because you're missing the BPA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
the others are BPA
I was
weighted.
tasting BPA. So it's just, there's nothing there. It's like your mouth reverses.
It's like your mouth reverses is crazy.
You see what I mean?
That is a lot of nothing.
It's
in there.
like the abyss from Stranger.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is really a lot of nothing, huh?
That one. That one shocked me.
Oh, we didn't even tier list that last one. I don't think because of all the BPAs that are no doubt in there. Probably a D, maybe a C.
I think this video is going to need a stinger showing the last bottle.
You already said C for it.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember giving it something, so I give it a C.
I'm going to go A. They found a way to just
Whoa.
make it empty.
How expensive was this one?
That one was $1.80.
Oh, that's much
Oh,
better
and it's
value.
cheap.
I'll give it an
That's
A.
an A.
I'll give it an A too.
Danny, try that and tell me it doesn't rock your world.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. He's shocked. It's so much
That's
nothing.
pretty like nothing.
It's like if they
I'm with you.
liquefied air.
Yeah.
That's just
No, there's like no aftertaste. Your mouth forgets it was there.
Yeah. All right, this is open water. It's open source water.
Yeah, this one has a lot going on.
Wait, did that say salt water? Nope, still water.
This is like a real steel can.
Yeah, real humdinger.
Is it a real steel?
Real steel.
Not really.
No.
This also feels like plain water, where it's a brand that doesn't actually exist except for on Delta Airlines.
Bye plastic. All right. Goodbye. Oh,
That would
heard that. Oh wait, that's like actually like a really shit one. I don't like that one at all. It has a taste.
and not a good one. This is weird. This kind of has it. You know the rubber on the inside of caps? It's a lot of times like a white rubber little coating. It kind of tastes like that.
It tastes like
Which I have licked a lot of those.
it tastes skunky. Is what it tastes
Let me
like.
have another sip. It's like
No,
I'm not
like
going
like a beer skunk.
I'm not
Yeah.
going straight to F. I think what's happening is we just drank liquefied nothing,
That's true.
and
yeah.
now there's something.
Maybe that's, I forgot what that's like. Legitimately, to me, that tastes like when you finish like a Miller Lite and you get like the piss at the very bottom.
I was going to equate it to.
Actually, taste that one, Danny. Since you just
I mean, the
finished something.
champagne of beer.
It's the Anheuser-Busch runoff water.
I was going to compare it to like an Aquafina.
Yeah.
Where there's something there.
I
Yeah,
almost got
I don't like that.
Yeah.
for this one.
You guys are overreacting, but there's
No, I
like
think it's like
something
it's
there.
a C or D.
You
for
would
me.
too if you had all this great water and then you
Yeah,
got this.
true.
I would
Yeah.
say out of this lineup by
Yeah.
far the worst.
I think this is by far the worst.
I don't have the immediate yuck reaction.
It's not as bad as like
yuck.
Aquafina or Dasani.
No, I
Like,
wouldn't-
It's not that strong.
Yeah, but out of our lineup of expensive ones, this is like the Aquafina.
Yeah.
Women of refined
That's an F.
taste.
Yeah, I don't like that. How expensive was that one?
$250.
Yeah, overpriced as well.
How much is this glass Evian?
$650.
And you can't take it with you because it'll shatter.
True. And it's shaped like a bowling pin.
Evian is my go-to airplane water, if they have it. But not in the glass bottle. Not in the glass bottle.
Yeah, it's weird they always
have, like,
want
the
you
little ones.
on there with
Yeah,
those.
it is cheaper in a plastic bottle.
I like glass bottles. Things taste good. Out
Because you like the nicer things in life.
yeah,
Yeah.
the glass things in life.
I've had a lot of Evian. Evian's good. It is a little more expensive than like Zephyr Hills, right? By a few cents, I would bet.
Probably.
Yeah, Evian's good. A.
Zephyr Hills is my hurricane water.
Oh yeah, most of my water bottles in my garage are when a hurricane's coming through. I'm like, I'll pick up one more pack. And I'm like, I have 4,200 water bottles. Fugi.
Fugi.
Fugi. That looks like a fight brand.
Yeah, Fugi.
Is our Saratoga is not as expensive. That one is our second most expensive one. Yeah.
Let's go to Saratoga first.
Was $350 actually, so it was kind of in the middle. But these last two are.
This
different.
is-
That's a lot for
This is $350.
Yeah.
That feels like a good deal.
That's you get more for half the price of the glass Evian.
No wonder Ashton washes his face with it.
Because of that video, because of that Ashton guy, Saratoga's water prices dropped a little bit, so they could.
I'll tell you what, it's worse.
Is it?
Sorry, I
Is
don't
it
mean to
actually
spoil
worse?
it for you. Evian is better than Saratoga in terms of taste. Am I on the crack pipe?
I feel like they taste pretty similar. I mean, I just like Evian, so I'm a little partial to it, but
This one's
This
really
is-
hard because it's a blank canvas, so
Yeah.
when somebody paints an opinion on it, you're like, I can feel that.
yeah, I don't know. This feels like very close. And for half the price, I feel like it's probably more value.
I do like the blue bottle.
No,
It's got to be more empty. It's got to be more empty. Mr. Gluck is back.
I'd probably give that like an A as well. It's good.
It really, I didn't expect. Let me see the Evian real quick. This is 28 fluid ounces. How many is in the Evian? It's at $3 more. It's not worth $3 more.
Am I missing it? Am I stupid? I don't see it.
It's at the front.
Oh, I thought it'd be on the back.
78 millimeters. 75 CLs, which would be 750 mLs, which this is 828 mLs. Wait, so this is more for less.
Here,
We established that.
Wait, did we? I thought this was more.
No,
Oh.
this is more expensive, but you get more out of that, is what I was saying.
Oh, I wasn't listening. We're gonna move on to
Fugi.
How much water is in that one, Matt?
1,000 milliliters.
Oh.
It's more
Yep.
for
$9 a bottle.
$9.
There's got to be a reason why people would buy
From
this.
Italy.
Oh.
The price jump to the next one is just insane. Turns out, even the expensive water's not that expensive.
That tastes like pool water. Actually tastes like
But
pool
it
water.
tastes like
wait.
Italian pool water.
I gotta clear my mind of your thoughts before I dig into Fugi.
That is literally what it would taste like when I'd go to little swimming parties and I'd accidentally drink the fucking water. That tastes actually like pool water.
To me, it tastes like hose water.
Oh, interesting.
I have very distinct memories as a kid of do you remember those black plastic skate ramps? I would flip them over, I'd sit in it, fill it with some water from a hose, and I'd sit there with the hose and just fucking chill and drink out of it.
I used to
parents
drink out
That
of it a
explains
lot.
so much.
They were like, please stop doing that. I'm like, nah.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I used to drink out of the hose a lot when I was a kid too.
Not in
I
a
don't
skate
know.
ramp, though?
No, not in a skate ramp.
Shit. Been looking for my soulmate. But yeah, I really get hose water from that.
I don't know. I think I'm just still too stuck on pool water. But this is like
Maybe the pool you swam in was filled with a hose.
I mean, it was, but like, yeah. Try that, Danny. That like actually does taste like actual something, and I don't hate it.
Movie magic was crazy there.
I do get it immediately. It's got like the untreated, like I probably shouldn't really be drinking this kind of taste to it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to get misconstrued, Fugi. Like, I'm not trying to say you guys are like chlorinating it or anything. Like, it doesn't taste chemically. It just reminds me of that sensation of drinking pool water because it has like a stronger taste to it. Hose is probably more like accurate, I would say. Yeah, this one, like, I don't even know. It does feel like dirty.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go F because it's expensive and tastes like it's out of a hose.
Yeah. That's very nice, Fugi, to be giving us hose water, though.
Alright, I just saw the price of this water. That shit's crazy.
Yeah.
This water is $2,700.
Oh my god.
The next closest was $950.
Okay, but I want to like, this is supposed to be a custom water bottle. Their customer service is fucking god awful, and I requested a little thing like certain colors. They ignored my phone calls, left me weird ass voicemails, ignored my emails, and then like 2 days before they shipped it, they're like, we didn't hear from you, so we just went with whatever color, like blue color.
That's for $2,700.
I'm like, okay, what's actually in this box? It could be a separate head. I don't know. I could have gotten scammed.
I will tell you, the box stinks.
Imagine.
The box is stinky.
The 10,000, is that the name of this water?
It's the name of the bottle.
Okay.
And I don't know the story of the water or where the water comes from.
Probably comes from one of these
Oh,
water bottles.
also, by the way, in this receipt, it even says special instructions. I'd like the colors to be blue and black. Do you all do logos too?
Yeah,
They ignored it.
In another email, I gave them the specific text codes, everything.
I think we could get our money back for this because they ignored you and sent us proof that they ignored you. How fucking stupid can you be?
2,700 clams.
Nuts.
That's. I can't even imagine how you could get away with that.
Also, this is oddly how you would wrap a dinosaur egg.
I was thinking the same thing, like a body part.
Thank you. Oh my god!
Holy shit!
They really didn't want this to break. Alright, they did give you your request.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I see it.
This is a wine
Oh,
bottle.
this was the one I had with the boys. They.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just,
yeah.
you just rhinestone it. They said it was only like $1,000. The prices must have gone up.
10,000. This is
No, you got the better version.
Oh, okay.
This is 10,000 Swarovski.
Oh, it's
crystal.
bling?
I can't say that.
There's no way this is Swarovski crystal.
It's not. It can't be.
That's fucking infomercial bedazzled.
Is that a Saratoga water bottle?
Oh, yeah, slightly different.
Little
slightly
different.
No.
So it says bling. You can see it's basically like a wine bottle. Here, do you wanna get that plastic
Do you
off?
think if we pulled off the stones, what do you think? Do you think they just reused a bottle from somewhere? Could we figure out what it
They
was?
must, right? Oh, they did the top in black. They listened to you.
Good. Thanks, guys.
I'm gonna say it. This is pretty sloppy.
Handcrafted
There's just
album.
glue coming through all the stones.
Yeah, well, that's so. What when I did this with the boys, I didn't know this was going to be the water here. I guess this really is like just the most expensive fucking water on the planet for no reason. When I did it with the boys, they broke the bottle. It is.
From New Jersey is where they get the water.
Oh, that's cool. That's probably really good. So like, it is actually just a layer of glue, and they just stick the shit on it, and that's it.
Which, like, I don't know how I want them to do it. I just want it to be something else.
Well, I just don't want them to do it. Like, it
yeah,
just
I'd
shouldn't
actually like
exist.
them to stop.
Is there a single practical
No.
consumer base for this product that isn't exactly what you're doing right now?
Do you think
To
they've
put it on
sold-
the internet.
Have they sold more than the 2 that you've consumed?
I just can't imagine.
Charlie's
That'd be crazy.
100% of their customer base.
That would actually be nuts. So they're sitting there being like, somebody else fucking bought one. This is great. And they're like, it's the same fucking guy. I can't even imagine like a Hollywood celebrity being like, I'm going to get 10 of these for my party. Because why? Why would you? Buy fancy
So
wine.
you said there's different levels.
No, it's like, so that's the 10,000, and then they have their. Right now, their website changed a little bit. So
And I'm
they're
assuming the
about-
10,000 is because they're claiming there's 10,000 of
crystals
these.
Is what they're claiming. So they have that, or they have their limited edition.
Damn.
The
clean
5.
sparkling
You can get
water,
5 crystals on
And
it.
it's a mixed flavor 6-pack for $17.98.
$17.98. They have a $17 item and a
For
$27.
6 of them. For 6 of them.
All right, do we dig
Alright,
in?
yeah, you gotta
All right.
see if it changes your life.
Oh, it's a cork. Okay, you get that. I'm gonna hurt myself.
Oh.
Here, smell your selection, sir.
Ah, yum. That's so silly.
It's just.
Oh man, and it actually is. Like, I know I already hate it just off rip, but it actually just doesn't taste good. That was the conclusion last time
Hands
too.
down, the worst water we've had today by like it's not even a competition. And
You
Danny,
guys
to
just
make
don't
sure we're
have
not
refined water.
to make sure we're
palates.
not making that up, that is shit quality water compared to the rest.
I don't know if I hate it as much as the stinky one, but it is just it's on that level.
It definitely has like flavor
Yeah.
to it that some of the other ones don't have.
Well, I forgot we had hose water, but as you
You know.
remember, I love hose water.
It's so silly. It's so silly.
This is insane. Yeah, that's just a clear glass bottle.
That they glue stones on.
And it's just a layer of glue.
You think that they just roll it?
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Like, are they all
Well, they're in really good lines, so I do believe them that it's hand.
You think so?
I just can't imagine you get those lines on there by just rolling.
Maybe. You're probably right.
Like they're pretty tucked in.
That's
Well,
good.
you get what you pay for.
Yep, 2,700.
Somebody just spent
well
a day
spent.
bedazzling for $2,700.
That's a good return.
Well, and they had to buy the glass bottle and fill it up with the water that they found out of their hose in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean that is just not good tasting water. Do you guys want to come take a swig before it evaporates? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll save this. I'm sure we can get
Well-
another video out of a $2,700
Yeah,
glass
it seems it's really cool and important.
That tastes like water. It's kind of sticky on my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that's the
That's the glue.
extra minerals.
Remnants getting on me.
Wow. So,
All right, rank. You got to put it on the tier list.
It's stupid. It's so stupid.
if you were contemplating buying a bling 10,000 water bottle for $2,700, don't do it.
You can get a lifetime supply of Eternal for that price.
True.
There's so many things you could do with that amount of money. Like a lot of things.
Yeah, there's quite a lot.
Like you could go see the world,
It's true.
or you could buy that water bottle.
You could go see the world. You could go see where they make this in New Jersey.
I'm gonna look up reviews on that. I mean, I am curious what customer buys this that's not just there to shit on it. These are some cool reviews. So Chomp B, verified reviewer in 2018, says exquisite, 5 stars. I have loved water that in bottle. Drink yum, come back, buy more. XO.
Yeah.
That made sense. Yeah.
On their website, it's a Like they're like, yep, this guy's good.
This guy's real.
Yeah, I know this one.
Well, there's also Joseph F. in 2018, 5 stars. Quintessential. This bottle of water was perfect for my private yacht excursion in the Mediterranean. The price is almost too minimal for water that tastes this
That's gotta be
magnificent.
a joke.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, that's gotta
All
be
of
a
it's
joke.
have to be jokes.
It grinds your fingers.
It does. It doesn't feel good. It's not pragmatic.
It tastes like faucet water.
Yeah, it does just taste like tap water.
This
You
is
can still like
this.
the glue is all.
It's
over
all of
this.
it. It's not good.
This is an Etsy shop that took off.
It is very Etsy,
This is
yes.
an Etsy shop that hit the big time.
Damn.
It tastes like pool water. If they took the chlorine out, they were like, "Oh, now it's safe to drink."
Oh,
Hose water.
if you want, wait, if you want that sensation, Aaron, you've got to try this water. Actually,
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the
is it
actual
glass?
hose water.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be good.
It's from Italy.
That-
It's Italian hose water.
That's the second most expensive bottle.
yeah, those eyes shot open.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it nuts?
It is just hose water.
It's like they emptied out an onsen and just put the water in a bottle. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was the wackiest one for sure.
He keeps naming more places you fill things up with hoses.
Yeah, no, yeah.
These reviews just can't be real, yet for some reason they're verified reviewers on the fucking website. I don't know who goes through and does that.
Well, typically,
Review.
like, we would be a verified one because we're locked into the shop as purchasers. But I think there's a difference between a verified reviewer and a verified purchaser. If we can pick verified reviewers, Jigi's about to change.
What an interesting company.
Yeah. Calling it a company is a stretch. I'll be
Yeah,
honest
what an
with you.
interesting...
I'll have you know they just made $2,700.
That is true.
That's true. Their books are flying for this year. What a start to their... Well, no, I guess we got it last year.
Oh, whoa. There's an article from 2013 on this. What the fuck? It says, don't guzzle that water. It costs $2,600.
You should make that the name of your video.
Don't guzzle this water.
So yeah, definitely F.
Super
Huge,
F for
huge
sure,
super F. Cool.
That was cool. Thanks, Chelsea, for finding that.
Yeah, appreciate it. And next time we're gonna eat a bunch of Oreos.
The most expensive Oreos in the world.
Oh, I bet you they'd bedazzle an Oreo
They'd
for
bedazzle
us.
on Oreos. Swarovski edible crystals.
Delicious. Hey, thanks guys. Stay hydrated.
Nobody wants to be a parent these days because then you have to, like, raise a human being. And what's the point in doing that? When the stork drops off that baby, why should you be the one responsible for raising it when you can just instead have technology do it for you? Sit that child down in front of an iPad, or if you really want to make sure they're set up for success, just have AI raise it. That's the era we're living in now, and I think that's pretty exciting stuff. No doubt we're going to be seeing a lot of superhumans amongst our species very soon, thanks to this upbringing. And I just watched an insightful, inspirational interview from Sam Altman on The Jimmy Fallon Show, where he talks about how he can't imagine raising his baby without ChatGPT.
And do you use ChatGPT when raising your baby? I do. I mean, I feel kind of bad about it because we have this like genius level at everything, intelligence, sitting there like waiting to unravel the mysteries of humanity. And I'm like, why does my kid stop dropping his pizza on the floor and laughing? Like,
I like how disconnected from humanity this android is. The thing he feels bad about isn't relying on ChatGPT to instruct him on how to raise a child. It's not having to entirely suckle on the titty of a chatbot to raise his own baby. What he feels bad about is that his questions aren't good enough because he's asking about, like, pizza on the floor. Which is a dog shit question, admittedly, and he deserves an atomic wedgie for being such an insufferable dork. Why are you even bothering to ask that? Well, that wouldn't even be something that I feel a normal parent would Google, because the answer is who cares? Your child will stop dropping pizza on the floor and laughing when it stops finding it funny. Shit, I'm 31 years old, I'd slap a pizza on the floor and maybe giggle about it right now. I don't even really understand why this would even be something that he'd need this information for. He finds it necessary to know when this behavior will stop, needing to know the exact ETA on when my child's gonna be a grown-up. When's he gonna stop pissing his little britches and just be a fucking adult about it? Put some hair on his chest. Now, what I could understand, and something I do see value in, is having that ability to ask a quick question and get, like, a quick answer to help you better understand something you're confused on. Googling shit has been around for 2 decades now, and I think that has been an invaluable tool for a lot of parents to get information on things, especially when it comes to, like, something generally medical that they could learn about in regards to raising their kid. But what Sam Altman is describing here is not that. What he is describing fundamentally boils down to, like, asking the ChatGPT service for advice on how to raise this child properly. It is basically getting AI's permission on what is normal, what is acceptable, and what he should do as a parent to raise this kid. That is so very different from what I believe the usage of something like this should be, which is just quick questions that a parent that actually wants to be involved in their kid's life, actually be a good parent, would utilize, much like Google has been for like 2 decades. But even in that case, we know Google's not infallible. So you would always get this information, take it with a grain of salt, but you would utilize it as a parent to do the best you could with whatever you were confused on. AI, we know for damn sure, it is far from perfect, and it is far from omniscient, contrary to popular belief. It makes innumerable mistakes. It fucking hallucinates. So, using AI as the sole source to raise your child is a recipe for disaster. And that is exactly how a lot of parents, no doubt, will utilize it. And the way Sam Altman describes it, it feels like that's exactly how he's already utilizing it, where the AI's word is law.
Yeah. And so I feel like I'm not asking a good enough question, but it is, I cannot imagine having gone through like figuring out how to raise a newborn without ChatGPT. Clearly people did it for a long time, no problem.
Yes.
But
yeah,
so I know it's.
He was on to say he understands it's possible to raise a child without AI, which my jaw was on the floor when I heard that. I didn't know you could raise babies without AI doing it for you, so that was a shocking revelation hearing him explain that. And then he says that he personally just relies on ChatGPT for so much because it's such a huge part of his life, obviously. And then he spends another like 3 or so minutes just kind of pitching ChatGPT to everyone on why they need to be hooked on that drug too. Why everyone should be using ChatGPT for everything. It is fundamentally just watching a marketing push for why ChatGPT should infect every single part of your life, and everything you do should be filtered through ChatGPT's permission to do so, and all of your knowledge should come from ChatGPT's fucking butthole. That is basically how this Jimmy Fallon interview goes, but he sprinkled in this nice little nugget here about how he actually uses AI to teach him how to raise a baby. And I'm being very generous when I say it teaches him how to raise a baby. He's just letting ChatGPT do it. At this point, Sam Altman, the human, is gone. The flesh and blood is not there. It is now just ChatGPT working him like a puppet, like a ventriloquist act. So ChatGPT is really the one that's raising this baby from the sound of things here, not Sam. Sam is gone. There is no Sam. Only Zool remains now. That's the parental figure to this baby from the sound of things. And it just happens to be wearing the mask of Sam. It's so fucking sad and pathetic, man. And I know he's far from the only one, and there's going to be, I imagine, so many parents that solely use ChatGPT to raise their child for them. It's actually nightmarish. One of the most basic functions of being alive is the idea of raising your offspring. Like, that is like one of the most core components of living. And we have reached a point now where a lot of people like Sam Altman just, I guess can't do it without the advice of AI whispering in his ear what he should be doing. That is scary. And again, he's not going to be the only one. He's probably not even the only one right now doing it. But that is just so alarming. These geniuses here can't even just raise a child, something that humans have done since before we even had the ability to speak. We are now losing the ability to do because we rely so heavily on technology to fucking jerk us off and everything now. We can't do basic tasks. And people just proudly, willingly, just wiping their ass with basic knowledge that we've accumulated from so many years of learning because they'd rather have AI just do it for them. I read like a really interesting study like a month or so ago that was aiming to see if students at a handful of schools that they were studying were reading at the proper reading level for what grade they were in. And they found that a large percentage of the students in these grades were not capable of reading at that level that you would expect them to, at least based on all of the past data and what grade they're in. They were not reading at the appropriate level. And my hunch, this wasn't necessarily in the study, but I would imagine it's because AI has become so prevalent and so many students shamelessly, openly, willingly talk about how they rely on it to do the work for them fundamentally. So like, if you're getting assigned a reading, report or something, they'll just have AI spit it out for them. Or they'll just have AI summarize the things they need to know for whatever the assignment is. So a lot of kids are growing up without even being able to do what kids from the past were able to do. So even though we have all these advancements, humans themselves, they are like provably not as adept as past generations. And I think it's because there has become an over-reliance on things like AI to just do it for you. And you got fucking goofy goober Sam Altman here, who's really leading the charge. He's getting up there like LeBron James. I let AI raise my child, and you should too. It's so good. AI, teach me how to raise a baby. Wee. It just sucks. That's what it boils down to. It is just fucking awful. Now you're taking the humans out of parenting itself. Eek. That's no good. Boo. Boo, Sam Altman. Boo. Very bad direction. Very bad thing to be preaching about the value of using AI to basically raise your kid. Anyway, though, I'll stop blabbering about it. That's about it. See ya. I may not be tall, but I have played every Resident Evil game. Well, mostly. I've played pretty much every unique Resident Evil game. I played them all back to back over the course of like a month and a half for the sake of tier listing every Resident Evil game in the franchise, getting prepared for Resident Evil Requiem, which I just now finished. So naturally, the question on everyone's mind, Charles, how big can you smile? And now with that question answered, next, you're probably wondering, was the game good? Yes. Yes, it was. And after having played through nearly every Resident Evil game ever made, I feel like I can confidently say I know ball. I feel like I know Resident Evil like Elon Musk knows ketamine. So when I say what I'm about to say here, just know, this means something, man. I think Resident Evil Requiem is a top 5 Resident Evil game. I'm saying it. I'm putting it right there. I'm putting it out there in the open. You can't take it back. Can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It is an incredible game, actually. And what I find extremely impressive is that this franchise has been around for nearly 3 decades, and yet they are still able to make new games in this franchise that feel fresh and fun. Like, you would expect a franchise that has this many games, like 30-something unique games and like 100-something like ports and fucking Zeebo shit and whatever else they have for Resident Evil, like Java games and all that, you would expect by now it to be beyond milked dry. Just no meat left on the bones, them titties, them melons, vanquished, devoid of substance. Yet somehow with Resident Evil, they are still producing very high quality games. They had a very bumpy road there for a little while, like a rough patch around Resident Evil 6. Good heavens, trust me, I know, they really stunk it up there for a while. But once RE7 rolled around, that was literally the fucking cure to the T-virus that was the Resident Evil 6 fucking plague that basically ruined the franchise there for a little while. 7 pioneered a new breath of life into this franchise, which was the first-person horror intense stakes. And then they've built upon it. And Resident Evil Requiem marries that gameplay with the iconic, timeless classic gameplay of the action-oriented Resident Evil 4 formula. It takes both of these elements, builds upon them, and makes something very special here with Requiem. So you play as 2 characters, Grace Ashcroft, who actually is the daughter of a character from Resident Evil Outbreak, which is super hype, because Outbreak, I think, was a very innovative title for its time that is still very fun to play, even though it's quite janky. And her gameplay is Resident Evil 7 style. It's very horror-focused, it's slower paced, you're not juiced to the gills with ammo, you have to use stealth, you have to struggle, it's very intense. Then you also play as Leon in Requiem, and it's just like in RE4 where it is cheesy, over-the-top action. And these two flow back and forth. And for some people it won't like flow seamlessly because you do go from like survival horror over here to action horror over here, like right back to back.
because you flip-flop between the two of them. So for some people that might be jarring and not super smooth and feel like tonal whiplash, but for me, I loved it. Because I love Resident Evil 7 and I love Resident Evil 4. 7 is actually my second favorite Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 4 OG is my third favorite game. My first favorite is OG Resident Evil 3. There's not a whole lot of OG Resident Evil 3 DNA in here, outside of a little something at the end of the game. I won't spoil it. But anyway, I really think the game is great. I think the story is super strong too. I've seen some people criticize the writing, and I do get it in certain instances. You could say like, writing got a little wacky here and there, but I actually think it's really strong. And it's one of those things that didn't just rely on nostalgia baiting, like, here comes beloved character from the franchise riding in on a fucking unicorn to save the day out of nowhere. And then, do you remember this? Well, good news, it's back. And do you remember that? Yeah, it's back too. But what about this? Do you remember this from old Resident Evil? Also back. And just like shoehorning all these cameos in there for the sake of fan service. It doesn't do that. It stands on its own two legs. And yes, there are some returning characters and some things from previous Resident Evil games in here, but they flow really well into the story that they create. The story revolves around Grace. She is investigating a very... I'm actually avoiding spoilers for this review, which is something I don't do often, but I really, really enjoyed Requiem, and I want to show it some respect here without just spoiling things, and also anyone that's watching this that wants to know my thoughts on it without like having everything ruined for them. This is me avoiding spoilers. It follows Grace after an investigation, gets all cattywampus, and she runs into a real oddball named Victor Gideon. Victor Gideon kidnaps her, Leon gets brought into the fold, and he finds himself needing to make a journey all the way back to Raccoon City, where it all began for Leon Kennedy. And also, why are they so interested in Grace? Why did she get kidnapped? What the fuck is going on? That's the broad strokes of it. Now, Grace is a new character, and she's actually a really good character, I'm happy to say. Also, huge shout out to her voice actress. The voice actress that played Grace did an unbelievable job. The way she was able to convey terror and panic in her performance for this character was extremely realistic, and it really helped elevate things. So even though I will admit there were times where the writing got a little off the mark and felt a bit off, her performance was still able to sell it to the point where it wasn't like jarring and make you go, ooh, yuck, that was trash. It's just more like, that felt a little weird, but, the performance helped salvage some of those moments. And that's across the board. Pretty much everyone gives a really good performance in this game. And I think that really helps in that regard. But like I said, I do think the writing is solid. I think they do a good job with Grace. I think she is a well-written character. I think some people might be annoyed by her because she has like anxiety. So maybe some people might find her to be like maybe a little too timid or, not confident enough for a Resident Evil game where you follow characters like fucking Leon Kennedy, who's a superhuman, hanging hog, blowing zombies' heads off, fucking ripping their nipples off and beating them to death with them. Like, she is very different as a protagonist compared to them, but she's not like the full protagonist because, like I said, you split evenly with Leon. It is like a very even split with Grace gameplay and Leon gameplay. It's very nice. You feel like you get a ton of both. But anyway, what I'm saying is I think Grace is a good character. They do a good job with her. Now let's talk about the gameplay. Pretty much exactly what you're expecting if you played Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake. You get that kind of gameplay. You get all of that in one package here. So when you're playing Grace, you're going to be using stealth. You're going to be needing to be more mindful of what encounters you take, going loud, using your ammo, versus which ones you use a little stealth kill with, which aren't free, by the way. You can't just stealth kill things for free as Grace. You have to make something, which is a little vial that you stab into them and they blow up like you just planted dynamite in their body. So those cost resources. And the way that Grace crafts, I thought was very creative. You get a blood collector, you collect blood from killed enemies, or even sometimes like blood from enemies that had already previously been killed, or even buckets of blood in the world. And you will fill up that blood holder, that apparatus, and then you will combine that with, an herb if you want to make a med injector for heals, or you'll combine it with, some scrap if you want to make ammo for your handgun, or if you want to make that, one-time use insta-kill stealth jab. So
her gameplay is very similar to Resident Evil 7's gameplay, but you have even less tools at your disposal to fight the zombies with. You only have 2 guns. You have a pistol, and then you have Requiem, the big iron, the fucking big tuna. Outside of that, that's it. That's all you have to use to beat the enemies around you, which is why you need to be a little smarter about it and also be slower about it. Now, Leon's gameplay is exactly what you're expecting it to be if you've played Resident Evil 4. It's bombastic, it's over the top, it's high octane, you're killing hundreds of zombies, and there's a really cool change they made to how you upgrade your weapons with Leon. So, this time around, they reward you for being aggressive. So you get a tracker that when you kill a zombie gives you credits on your tracker that you then spend to get ammo or upgrades for your weapons, that kind of thing. So it incentivizes you to fucking annihilate everything that's around you. Leave no survivors. So, which is a really fun thing to do. It gives you plenty of resources to do it as well. It gives you a lot of fun guns to play with, even though I do think the guns are a little underwhelming. Like, they don't have the same kind of character that I feel they used to have. Like, I remember playing through Resident Evil 4 OG, you'd have chat be like, I'm fucking team Red 9. No, Red 9's trash. And you'd actually have like a debate about what guns are the most fun to use. Here, every gun feels just very generic, very samey. Like, they don't have like a unique identity to them or anything this time around. I don't think there's going to be like really passionate, fucking W870 shotgun fans or something, right? I could be wrong, but for me, it felt like the guns were just very standard. I guess I would have liked to see a little bit more there, but it's not the biggest deal in the world because they are still fun to use and you get plenty of opportunities to use them and kill zombies. His gameplay, I think, is great, and I really like that new system they did with tracking kills and rewarding you for killing things. Like previously in Resident Evil games, the optimal strategy sometimes would boil down to kneecapping, kicking, and then running by to conserve ammo. Here, it's like, you can do that, you can be a pussy if you want, or you can kill all these zombies and get yourself a lot of money and basically max out your weapons really easily. Which I think is very cool. I think it's very fun. Now, something else that's been kind of core to the Resident Evil identity is puzzles. Resident Evil games have always had a lot of puzzles. There's not usually like a ton of brain busters or anything like that, but there are puzzles in there. Resident Evil Requiem doesn't really have that. It's much more in line with like your standard scavenger hunt style game where go over here, grab this to take back to something you passed at the very beginning of the level to open that door so you can go in there, grab that, and put it over there. Which again is very Resident Evil. That's in every RE game ever made. But there's never really like any puzzles to this anymore now in Requiem. There's only like 3 off the top of my head I can think of that are even remotely puzzles, but the solution is in a picture that's in the same room, so you just look at the picture and you see it. I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world, and maybe there's some people that even view that as a positive thing because it keeps the pacing like fucking cutthroat, like you're constantly moving and you never stop to have to solve a puzzle. But I don't know, I felt like it was kind of sad to not have to like solve puzzles to accomplish things. It's just literally going and fucking fetch questing shit and bringing it back and forth. But not the biggest deal in the world, but it is something that I think people will notice is absent. Another thing that I have like a small complaint on is there are a couple sections I think drag. The most notable one is a flashback sequence where you're playing as a child who's running and hiding from a lot of bad stuff that's going on around them. And it's like a cool sequence when it starts, but it goes on for quite a while. And there are times where you literally hide in one spot for like 2 straight minutes of nothing. So it feels like really slow, like unnecessarily long and drawn out. And there's a couple of moments like that, like a couple of places you go that feel like, okay, we've kind of been here long enough. Do I really need to get this many things in order to progress or wait this long to progress? It does feel like it does have moments that are there to pad out time. And it's not that long of a game. And I know this has actually been a complaint from quite a few people because the price tag is $70. It's an expensive game. It has the big AAA price tag on it, and it's roughly like 12 hours long. It took me about 12 hours. Total like active playtime was 8 hours and something minutes. I played through on just standard modern. So it was pretty quick. I would also say this is the easiest Resident Evil game I've ever played. But again, it's about 12 hours long. And that was with me exploring a lot. I didn't just beeline everything. I read every fucking note. I found every single safe and opened every single one, even got the achievement for it. I went out of my way to find pretty much every charm and every bobblehead, but I guess I missed a couple bobbleheads somewhere. I don't know where. I spent a lot of time exploring because I got really engrossed in the game, which speaks volumes to just how much it was able to draw me in. But it is about 12 hours for $70, and a lot of people say that that's way too short to justify that purchase. And I can understand that because $70 is expensive. That's a very expensive game. But I think this is 12 very, very solid hours. This does not have any huge blemishes. Like, it doesn't fall off a cliff anywhere along the way. Like, notably with Resident Evil 7, the whole boat section everyone hates, myself included. That section is by far the weakest, unfortunately. But, like, it doesn't have anything like that. This is 12 extremely solid, extremely fun hours. So for me, the $70 felt worth it. That felt fine to me. But for someone else, maybe 12 hours just really isn't enough. The replayability on this doesn't seem to be super huge. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of replayability outside of going back and doing, like, Insanity. So I don't know how many hours you can squeeze out of it for $70, but I personally feel like it was 12 extremely strong hours. It was a fucking heater from start to finish. So I thought it was a fine price tag for the experience I got. And now, speaking of the experience I got, apparently I got something nobody else in the world did. For some reason, I had a very weird bug where occasionally the game would stutter during a cutscene and then the audio would desync. So the cutscene would stutter and then it would play, but the audio would lag like 2 or 3 seconds behind. So you would be seeing the cutscene play out completely silent until the audio caught up to it. So everything was desynced from time to time. And the only way I could fix that was by restarting the game. And even when I updated drivers, restarted my computer and everything in between streams, it still persisted, but apparently it's a bug that didn't happen to anybody else, and I can't even find anyone talking about that bug. So it seems like something that only happened to me for some reason. I don't really get why. So I guess I can't hold it against the game as a bug that's native to it unless someone else out there is reporting it happening to them. So I can only speak to my experience. It was extremely annoying. That shit would ruin cutscenes. It happened to me in the final cutscene, and I literally just restarted it, redid the boss fight, and just took it from the top because I wasn't going to let it ruin the finale. It was a very annoying bug. I don't understand why it was happening, but I couldn't fix it outside of just restarting the game. Though I don't think it is a bug you'll probably experience if you try the game. It is something I wanted to make a mention of because that is by far the biggest headache I had when playing the game, and it looks like it might have somehow been my fault. There is also one other complaint I have, but it's a big spoiler. This is your big spoiler warning. Big spoiler warning. Alright, now, this is one of the things I would talk about when it would come to being writing decisions that I think were a little whack. There is a very cool new character they introduce in here named Zeno, and he is a Wesker clone. And he is super fucking badass. He is positioned for half the game as the big bad, this guy is serious business. And when you get to the end of the game, it's looking like you're about to have a huge fight with Zeno, and then he just gets one-tapped by Victor. Just insta-killed by Victor. You don't fight Zeno. He just instantly gets his cheeks clapped. You can't fight Zeno. He's a fraud. He's literally a fraud. And it was so deflating because I was really looking forward to seeing more of Zeno and actually getting to fight with him. But instead, he just gets bent over. It was just disappointing. It didn't even feel like a good subversion of your expectations or ha, gotcha, he wasn't actually the big bad. It was this guy the whole time. It didn't even feel like that. It just felt like, that was kind of weak. Why would you do that? You've really hyped him up. You've shown some of his powers. It was looking like a really cool sequence that we just saw and what we were expecting to get, and now it's just not there. It just felt underwhelming to have him killed off like that. That really let me down, actually. And that's just one of a couple writing decisions that I do think were a little odd for as a path that they chose to go. Not the biggest deal in the world, because overall I do still think the writing was extremely strong. And like I said, I genuinely believe this is a top 5 Resident Evil game. So I am a huge fan of Resident Evil Requiem. I think it is an incredible game. And yeah, that's really about it. See ya. Did you hear that the finale for the Amazing Digital Circus is going to theaters? I did. I've also seen that a lot of fans are very upset about that. Because it's 2 weeks early to theaters and it's not like globally in every theater. So a lot of... Here, I'll just pull up like the announcement. So a lot of fans feel betrayed because they've been going to YouTube for free for all this time. And now it's not free, it's going to theaters, and if you're not in the area that it's showing, you have to wait and avoid spoilers is the big controversy. Wow. That actually sounds pretty fucked. I disagree to a certain extent. 2 weeks maybe is a little long for it. That I could understand. Like maybe it should have been like a week early. But this is expensive, man. The amount of money Glitch pours into animation, like purely for the love of the game, releasing for free on YouTube is astounding. No one else is doing that. And for their finale to like finally try and generate some money off it, releasing in theaters, I think is a very cool thing, actually. What better way to celebrate it than having it go to the big screen? The issue is I do think 2 weeks is probably too long, especially when people can't go see it, like in general, because it's not playing in their theater. I think if they had done a week, it probably wouldn't have been controversial. Like there'd still, of course, be some sticklers who are like, this should remain free forever, and all the animators should work for free, and all of this needs to be 1000% free. Glitch needs to make sure that I never have to pay a penny for this high quality entertainment, and I don't care if they go bankrupt and lose everything because of it. It's free. Damn it, forever. Like, there's always going to be people like that. But I think 2 weeks was a little ambitious, and that does make it so it's hard to avoid spoilers for that long for the community. I think I would have done like a week. And it's still extremely exciting for everyone to go see it. Never gotten the appeal for Digital Circus. It's not really my cup of tea. That's not my favorite Glitch production. But I understand why people love it so much and are super passionate about it. It's just personally not my favorite. More of a Gaslight District Glitch enjoyer. You saw the new YouTube report showing how many people are watching indie animations on YouTube. The numbers are crazy. I haven't seen the numbers, but I've been saying, man, we are straight up in the golden age of animation, and have been for a little while. Just extremely talented people are making animation, and just readily available for everyone to watch. It's incredible. Let's see. And that's in no small part thanks to things like Glitch. YouTube report details animation industry indie wave, reveals viewership trends. Let's see. New report from YouTube reveals how the cratering of traditional US studio animation and aging of digital first audience may be expanding opportunities for independent digital animation. Animation News Wave. Findings come from interviews with creators analyzing viewership data among 16 to 49-year-old users across the globe, not just YouTube Kids. Okay. According to the report, interest in the animation is global. 50% of online animation fans 14 to 49 reporting that they watch animated series in languages other than their own. In case of Korean series like Alien Stage, 90% of animated survival audition 90% of the animated survival audition shows viewership came from outside Korea. What are like the big numbers here though? And here's Glitch mentioned. That's when Glitch put on Amazing Digital Circus, landed on 8 out of 12 countries trending topics list. Never seen an animated series have that kind of exposure, especially so soon in its tenure. They'd only released 4 episodes at the time. Videos tagged with Alien Stage collectively earned 330 million views in 2025. I don't know what Alien Stage is, but it must be very popular. This is seemingly more into like the minutia of it as opposed to like the actual numbers. I was just very curious what total animation viewership metrics look like, but it seems like that's not what the report focused on per se. Where it says 66% of Gen Z fans watch animated memes weekly, 57% watch animatics weekly, and 63% watch YouTube-made animated series weekly. But that's only of the people that they interviewed for the study. That's not like... Well, at least based on how I'm reading this, it seems like it's only out of who they were tracking and extrapolating on. But yeah, animation is still huge. Indie animation is huge. Mainstream animation better than indie animation. Alright, whatever, Buster. But I will disagree with you to a certain extent. Yeah, some of the mainstream animation is obviously going to dwarf like indie one. Like, I get it. I mean, budget, the amount of team members that work on it, it's going to be higher quality. But then you have things like Invincible. And I think there's a lot of fan animation and indie animation that looks better than Invincible. Outside of Season 1, Invincible's animation is just really, really weak. Especially this season. Don't know if you saw the latest Meat Canyon video, but production value was actually insane, rivals actual TV productions. That was breathtaking. That was an incredible piece of content. The puppetry, the sets, that was filmed like a no-nonsense big-budget show I would have seen on TV like 10, 15 years ago. It was very impressive. You see the Wu-Chang Fallen Feathers dev team got dissolved, and also Kazan team got dissolved too. Talked about Kazan, and the Wu-Chang one happened earlier today. I saw. We're losing some really talented studios, man. It's a shame. It's a real shame. How are these studios that make quality games dissolving? Because the budget for everything is so bloated and the expectations from the upper echelon are so high and unreasonable that no matter how good the game is, it'll never be enough. So then they end up just dissolving the teams. It sucks. It really, really does. It blows. Don't know if it's a hot take, but I thought Wu-Chang was super generic. That was kind of my take as well. It wasn't my favorite Souls-like game. It was solid, but I didn't think it offered anything super special. I didn't regret spending the 15, 16 hours, whatever it was I spent with it. I had fun, but it wasn't anything like crazy. It was still good though. And it made me excited to see more from them. Which now doesn't seem to be happening. Leave Souls-like games to FromSoft. Every other Souls-like game not made by FromSoft is dog shit. Actually might be one of the worst takes I've read in a while. Completely ignoring things like Neo and Lies of P. IGN hire this man. It's true. True. You see the video of that cornhole player sniffing coke off a dollar bill upside down, then shooting a gun out his window? What? What was his name again? Dayton Weber. Yep, snorts off dollar bill and then shoots out of the window. This is the quadruple amputee that killed that guy recently.
Hey, that was perfect. You just, it's still, I don't give a E, bud.
Wow. Can we even show this on stream? He just snorted coke. It was blurred! What do you mean? It was blurred. It couldn't even see that, and it could have been anything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new chair pretty soon. My chair is so fucking cooked. I've had it for so long now that the normal spot where my ass is has indented down, which has pushed all of the other, I don't know, organs of the chair towards the back. So now right behind my cheeks there are like these giant stalactites that are sprouting up, so it's like really high there. So if I like lean back, it hurts my back, and if I sit on it, it goes like right into my cheeks and digs in. It is very uncomfortable now. Does it feel kind of good? No, it feels like shit, actually. It's like, sharp's not the right word. It's like sitting on like a pointed rock. Like if I lean back. The only spot, can you see it if I pointed my camera at it? Maybe. Well, here. I don't know if you can see it, but maybe you can see like all the like spikes sticking up there, maybe? It's not comfy. It's just gotten too old, so I gotta get a new one. Too bad it won't hit the G-spot since it relocated. True, yeah, since the G-spot ran away from the ass. That's a good point. Put the chair up for sale online at an absurd price. Yeah, $5 million or something. One of a kind. It does have, like, it genuinely does have full ass print, because like I said, it's so old that where my ass typically sits is just fully indented in and pushed everything else out the back. So if ever it becomes possible to clone someone, there might be enough ass DNA on this to make it happen. Encase the chair in resin and see if an art museum will accept it. Oh, that's pretty good. That's kind of cool. No, I'm not actually going to sell it. I just need to get a new one, that's all. Can't really sit in this all that often. It is just not comfy anymore. But I gotta ask my parents what kind it is, because they're the ones that got it many, many years ago. Don't throw it away. What the fuck else am I going to do with it? I don't want to sell it either. That'd be weird. But yeah, I don't typically like throwing anything away either, so maybe maybe I will encase it in resin. I wonder how long I've had this chair, actually. It has to be like 8 years, right? Close to it, probably. Can't you just change the seat cushion and keep it? I don't think so, not with this. I don't even see how I would do that. There's really no way I can see of making that happen. I'm just gonna get the same chair again is all. I like this chair too much. God, it's like the scene in Toy Story 2 when they leave Jessie, okay. What if instead of a chair you got something cool like a rocking chair, like a rocking horse or a tricycle? That would be very cool. I'd love sitting on that for hours. That'd feel great. The chair first appeared on stream August 2nd, 2020. Has it only been 6 years? Thought for sure I had this in like 2019. You know what I kind of want to do? I've been really getting into the idea of like restoring things. Like I got a 1886 Winchester the other day. Or 87. I can't remember. It's either 86 or 87. I got a Winchester. And it's not in, like, shooting condition, so I've been wanting to restore it. Because I've been really getting into the idea of, like, restoring things. Maybe I'll do that for this chair and try and upgrade it with, like, little fans and shit. Like, really elevate it. Bro thinks he's Arthur Morgan. I'm sure I could find, like, someone that can teach me to restore it. I think that could be cool if I give it all kinds of really cool upgrades, like little silent fans in there for my cheeks. Eliminate the swamp ass, let that shit breathe. This chair also has like a big issue. It has like very sharp edges on like the wheels around it that I've cut my feet on quite a few times. I could round those out. That might be a fun little project. For the Winchester, do you plan on getting donor parts or remanufacturing the parts? If possible, I would like to actually remanufacture them. But I don't think that'll be possible. I don't know. I haven't done enough research on what would go into that kind of restoration project. But a family friend actually builds flintlocks from scratch. So I feel like if anyone would know what the process of restoring this would look like, it would be him. It's so sick, actually. It's very cool. I was gonna ask him to teach me how to build them. Like, mentor me. Me and my dad. My dad and I are both interested in trying to learn how he does it. Because he's an artist, man. The flintlocks that he builds are beautiful. He does his own silver carvings for them, too. It's crazy, the level of quality. Maybe I'll show him off in a video at some point. But I think that'd be a fun little hobby. I'd recommend looking into improved parts for it, lifter especially. For the Winchester? I don't know if I'd want to improve it though, I'd kind of want it as is. Like, I'm sure it won't be nice to shoot. Like, it won't feel good. But I think that'd be part of the charm to do it right. If possible, that is. I recognize this isn't a new phenomenon with grown adults stealing items from children at sporting events. But I would make the argument that it's becoming more and more common now. Maybe all those 5G towers really did take a toll on some people's brains here, because it is crazy how often I am seeing footage of these grown-ass adults just stealing candy from babies, like literally at these sporting events. I just learned about another one from last week at a Chiefs game where Patrick Mahomes was giving his headband to a 10-year-old who was actually there celebrating his birthday, apparently. And as Patrick Mahomes is giving the headband to the kid, this woman comes over, snatches it out of his hands, and then runs away, gets called out on it, and then makes the dumbest fucking TikTok video about it I've ever seen. But first, let me show you the evidence here that she stole it. I think that's pretty obvious. There's other angles that show it even more clearly. I don't think it's necessary. I think that's pretty cut and dry there. But she then made a TikTok video after people were giving her shit for it.
To make something straight, I did not steal a headband from a little kid.
Yes, an excellent job cropping this photo to try and prove your innocence here. This would fool even the most seasoned of forensic experts, I would say. Irrefutable proof that she was the intended target, which you can tell because she's nowhere to be seen. In her own evidence here, you can see that she is reaching out in front of the child to take it from him. Like, come on, this is unreal. Also, she was dressed in Giants accoutrements. She was a Giants fan. I don't think Patrick Mahomes was intending to give you the headband. He didn't even register your presence there. This is so ridiculous. Oh my god, my voice is cracking. It's so absurd.
I just need to explain myself because everyone's having heart failure over this. You just need to understand, I'm at a football game. Last 2 minutes of the game, I allowed many people to come and sit down next to me or stand up or whatever you want to say. But I paid for my damn tickets. I paid. Well, Michael paid. All the same money. We paid for our tickets. It was 2 rows back. I went all the way in the front. People were coming from all over, probably the nosebleeds.
This is a masterclass in how to become even more unlikable in a situation I thought it was impossible to be more hated. People already don't like her because she clearly steals from a child, and now in her response she gives people even more things to dislike her for. She's talking about how she allowed people into her area after she paid for those tickets to be there. Well, Michael paid, but it's her money too, obviously. In fact, it's mostly her money, really, I would argue. Lady, the game is over. That is now moot. You can go wherever you want in that area. You don't own it. But she's talking about it as if it's her fucking stadium. And being the benevolent saint she is, the angel, she allowed them with her grace to be in this vicinity with her. That's crazy. That is actually crazy, the delusion. And she even says she was 2 rows back, so she also went up. But then she's like, talking about how, like, these people came from everywhere, probably the fucking nosebleeds or something. Those plebeians, these heathens, invaded my space.
I don't know if that kid was from the nosebleeds. I don't know if those were his seats or whatever. But people were saying, could we come and sit over there, stand over there? And I was saying, yeah, sure, whatever. Last 2 minutes of the game, they were all KC fans because the Giants lost, so all the Giants fans left. But I wanted to stay there and see if anyone's going to come down. Michael stood 2 rows behind me. Couldn't have even seen me because so many people were around standing up.
Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter here in what happened. The game was over. You can now move around freely. If you were letting people in around you, that's so nice. What a superstar you are. Oh my goodness, that's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. But it also has nothing to do with you stealing the headband intended for a 10-year-old.
At the ending of the game, the KC players was coming. Not gonna lie, what's his face? McDuff, I think his name is, came right to me to give me his gloves. But I was looking behind him and was looking at Mahomes, and I was screaming, Mahomes, Mahomes. He like sort of got upset, looked at me and said, I'm not Mahomes. So he gave the gloves to the next door little girl next to me. She started crying. I felt bad for her and I was rubbing her back. I said, are you okay? Don't worry about it, baby girl. They're just people. Don't cry.
I don't even know what that means. What kind of yappuccino are you serving up here? What the fuck? Jiminy Christmas? What? What the hell is even that? What are you even... Huh? What are you blabbering about? So, there are pieces to this puzzle I don't think are going to fit together. Like, following the breadcrumbs that she's sprinkling out here, she's farting out a poop that I just don't understand. So she's saying she was screaming, Mahomes, Mahomes. Turns out it wasn't Mahomes, it was McDuff. I think she means McDuffie, would be my guess. She can't even bother to get the player's name right. Also, side note, she's a Giants fan. Why does she even want Chiefs gear? I imagine she just wants to resell it. That'd be my hunch. But anyway, so apparently McDuffie got upset, like, I'm not Mahomes, and then gave his gloves to a little girl next to her who started crying. So then she started to console the little girl, reassuring her that it's okay. They're just people. Yes, of course. Now it's all starting to make sense. A confounding mystery, but it's becoming more and more clear. It's coming into focus now that I say it out loud. This must be how it feels to, like, do whippets. Like, listening to her speak actually makes me stupider.
I am not a thief. That little boy, when Mahomes came, if you look at the video, both of our hands was on it. He was right to the left of me. I didn't look in Mahomes' eyes to see where is he looking. I just seen he's handing out something. I put my hand, both of our hands was on it. I took it.
Yeah, but you definitely knew. The kid even said the lady just stole that from me. Like, you definitely did know you reached out to put your hand on it. He didn't just, like, set it in both of your hands and say, like, good luck. It wasn't like the Dark Knight with the Joker doing an initiation. Like, he was clearly giving it to the kid. You reached out to grab it and put your hands on it and then take it from the kid. Like, that is clear in the video that you keep urging people to watch.
If he was 20 years old, would it have mattered? If he was a 20-year-old man and both of our hands was on it, and if he would have took it away from me, would have been like, oh, you should have gave it to the woman. So if it was a guy and I'm a girl, then he should have gave it to the girl. But because he's a 10-year-old little boy or 8-year-old or whatever, how old he is, I should have gave it to him. But I didn't even know.
Good news, I just went and bludgeoned myself with a sledgehammer and I understand her perfectly now. This is a bulletproof defense. She's got us all in a checkmate. So, I think what she's trying to say here, very convoluted, is that if it was a 20-year-old man that she stole it from, would people still be upset? And the answer is, people would still think you're an asshole. And then she flips it saying, what if a guy took it from me? Would anyone care? And in that case, yeah, people would think he's an asshole. Like, stealing an item that was intended for somebody else and everyone sees it, they're gonna think the person who stole it is an asshole. The fact you steal it from a child does make it significantly worse. 100%, yeah. This isn't the gotcha you think it is.
Why didn't they stop me and say, hey, yo, bitch, give it to my son or my brother? But no one didn't say nothing to me. I turned around, I walked away. I seen Mahomes. That's who I wanted to see. Why no one didn't say anything to me? But now you are posting it 1 week later?
It's your fault. I stole it and nobody stopped me. Thus, you have only yourself to blame. She's now trying this angle. Also, people did mention it, by the way. The kid even called it out that she stole it from him. And I'm pretty sure in one of the other videos I saw, someone else also mentioned it. She just ignored it and walked away. So, like, they did. But now she's, like, trying to say that, you know, the father or whatever should have reached out privately to tell her that it was intended for his son or whatever. So it's his fault.
Mahomes tried to give it to my son or my brother or whoever the hell he is to you. Look at this video. Look at, you put your hands on top of my son's hands and then you took it. You're older, you're stronger. You could have grabbed it more than he could have. Maybe I would have felt bad.
She literally talks like a 10-year-old. She sounds like a toddler. All you had to do was DM me and say that you put your hands on top of my son's hands and you're older, which means you're stronger, so you could have grabbed it more than he have. Holy shit. This is a grown woman, by the way. I don't know Michael, but listening to her speak, I feel bad for Michael. A conversation with her must be miserable. Dude probably has to leave milk and cookies out every year at Christmas. She probably still fucking stuck thinking Santa Claus is coming through.
But now you're trying to embarrass me. I don't think so. It is what it is. Make your son a tough man, because we're trying to make everyone a little too weak in this world today in 2025.
Oh, when that line hit when I first watched this, I knew it was something special I was bearing witness to. So now she's saying the 10-year-old is too weak. I guess she was expecting the 10-year-old to just like fucking judo chop her or like throw her over his shoulder or something and body slam her. And because that didn't happen, now she's saying that the 10-year-old is too weak and that the father's like failed because raising a weak kid because a grown woman stole from him out of nowhere. What a great lesson. Yeah, you're raising a weak kid because he didn't attack a grown woman at a football stadium. Right. This is unreal. It's fucking unhinged.
It is what it is. You don't get everything you life happens. Do you know how many times I took my sons to baseball games when they were young? They would have catch the ball and then men would have came and took it out of their hands.
Well, I don't know, crazy lady. It almost sounds to me like you're raising some weak sons. You're telling me that at the ball game someone came and took the ball out of their hand and they didn't beat their ass? Based on what you just said here about that 10-year-old, almost sounds like to me you've got yourself a little bit of weakness in your own household, huh, now, doesn't it? Interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'll drop the sarcasm for a moment. I actually feel really bad for the kids. having their mom go on TikTok and just make a complete fucking fool of herself. Like, she tries to claim that everyone's trying to embarrass her, but it is her. It is her embarrassing herself. That's gotta be awful. That has really gotta be bad. And I really do feel awful for them.
Guys, I just want to talk to you guys for 1 minute from my heart. At the game, with all the noise and all the excitement, I honestly thought that Pat Mahomes was giving me the headband. I reached for it without thinking. Later, I found out that it was meant for that little boy for his 10-year-old birthday. When I found out, I felt horrible because I don't want to ruin anyone's little time at the game and ruin their little birthday. To the young boy, I'm sorry that I ruined your moment. You should have had your moment for your birthday.
She takes her foot off the gas in a follow-up video where she releases this apology here. Very different tune she's singing this time around. I guess the first one didn't really go over the way she had hoped it did. Well, her excuses don't really work anymore, though, because she already made it clear in her last one that she didn't feel horrible at all, even calling the kid weak. So this kind of falls flat on its fucking face here. And she also can no longer make the claim about being confused, which would have been like a legitimate thing, because there is the potential that she was confused and thought maybe it was intended for her. But she already made it clear that was not the case in the last video. So yeah, while it's a valiant attempt at trying to seem more sympathetic this time around, like, oh, this is a sincere apology, you should have had your special birthday and I'm sorry, it was such a mix-up, a very unfortunate set of circumstances. It doesn't work anymore.
Got an update on Joey. I want you guys to watch this.
They signed it.
No, we didn't.
They signed it.
Oh my God. What's in there?
I just wanted to tell you that I meant no harm done, but it all worked out in the best, and you got so much more. You got an autographed jersey.
And this is her latest video on it. So the Chiefs sent Joey a lot of gear that is signed, a lot of autographed gear, and she's talking about how happy she is that he got all of that. Yep. And that's that. Anyway, I just wanted to yap about this a bit. It had me laughing really hard watching her first response video. That's really about it. So yeah. Hello! Today I finally got my hands on the sacred nectar I've been chasing for years. Breast milk. In ice cream form. Kind of. So this is breast milk ice cream. Apparently you said it's not real breast milk?
Yeah, it was a little upsetting.
Why is it yellow?
Yeah, I think there's turmeric in it.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
It's very yellow.
So I did some digging, and by me I mean Monique did some digging. I was going to say colostomy. It's not colostomy. It's
colostrum.
Colostrum. Thank you. Much different than a colostomy thing. Colostrum, I guess, is very abundant in the first milking after a cow gives birth. They call it liquid gold. And so
liquid gold.
Liquid gold. Maybe that's why it's yellow.
Okay.
So it's raised when you give birth. So they used that to mimic the flavor of breast milk, which makes me wonder, was somebody sitting there like, yep, pretty close. We're getting
Can we show off the pint because you showed me some cool stuff?
You may have to censor it. So this top one, tasteful boobs, you know?
Very big areolas relative to the titty.
Big areolas, also a nice connection down the middle there. That's a nice set right there.
It's a good package.
You know, it puts the thought of boobs in your head. Yeah. And then they're like, what if we just gave you a boob spitting out some milk?
Wait, where's... Oh, I thought that was a flying...
That's a titty.
I thought it was a flying saucer.
I know. They just dropped a titty right on the package.
Wait, you're super right.
This is pornographic ice cream.
Wow, it's coming out of like so many different areas too.
Yeah, like get a zoom in on that.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it.
All right, so
You're probably gonna have to censor the zoom in. I
you
would
probably
think.
will.
Yeah.
On the side, it says obviously not made with actual breast milk, which I do
That
not
is not
think
obvious.
was at all
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
I had to.
Because there are boobs all over it. Those aren't
Yeah,
cow
it's
boobs.
boobs.
Those
Give
are
me
human
milk.
boobs.
The way that cows are milked is by like they have a baby and they keep the baby away from them so they hear the cry. So like, wouldn't it all be like colostrum? Are they just pulling a fast one?
I think they are pulling a fast one.
I think
It's
I think
probably
they're-
marketing buzz.
You also had to, they weren't that expensive. I'll give them credit. You had to get 2. Couldn't get less than 2.
Well, one for each
left
boob.
right boob.
Yep.
naturally.
Are you a left or right boob guy?
I'm more of a left.
Before you taste it, do a sniff test. Does it, does
we'll
it smell
sniff
weird?
test.
Does it smell different?
No.
Okay.
Here,
just
wait.
smells
Also,
like
before we
normal ice
taste it, since it just came out of the freezer, let me just pull up the site real quick.
Okay, is the site weird? I've never heard of Frida. Are they a big brand?
I think Frida, so Goodfellows is the ice cream brand.
Oh.
We have a Goodfellows in Tampa,
Okay.
which I called them thinking Goodfellows had the breast milk ice cream. Guy answers, I called them the minute they opened, and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, no, we don't have that. And I was like, I'm not going to explain this. I'm just going to hang up and hope he doesn't call me back. I panicked really hard.
That must have been a weird call asking for breast milk ice cream with a guy who had no clue that they'd make that.
I was like, oh, did you guys get the breast milk ice cream? Yeah, it's like, do you guys have Battletoads? But I was like, do you have breast milk ice cream? Did you get it in yet? And he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, this bitch knows what I'm talking about.
He's got to know.
So it's 2 pie minimum, lightly sweet, a little salty with hints of honey and a dash of colostrum. And while it's not actually made with human milk, we think our recipe tastes pretty close to the real deal. The ingredients are milk, heavy cream, skim milk powder, sugar, dextrose, egg yolks, invert sugar. It's when you turn it upside down.
Naturally.
Guargum, blah, blah, blah.
Like a gravity bong of sugar.
There's a lot of normal stuff in here.
It just sounds, to me, just based off that, it sounds like they just made ice cream but with a gimmick calling it breast milk.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like most people, us included, don't know what breast milk tastes like.
At all.
Yeah, it's been too long since I've had it, so I don't know what, like, the flavor's supposed to be, like the profile. I think they're just capitalizing off the confusion.
It's also a lot more yellow in person than it is in that
Okay,
picture.
hear me out.
Okay.
This is a great video. As you guys tried the ice cream, it tastes like normal ice cream.
You want us to
Whatever.
get breast milk.
Let's make our own breast milk ice cream.
That's a really good idea, actually. We'll get Niall Red back out.
He's gonna be like, guys, stop
Please.
bringing me out.
We need your milk. Please.
People are gonna start wondering what we have on him to come do all of this. All right, before I dive in more, let's.
He's just our frozen fart, frozen ice cream guy. You know what I just had recently? Tillamook malted moo butter pecan ice cream.
Anything by Tillamook fucking slaps.
It's literally this.
Is it?
100%. This is like butter pecan.
This is super like, I agree. It's like buttery, very honey forward.
Yeah.
This video, you saying that has given me, we should revisit the old Bluebell kind of idea. I think Tillamook could give Bluebell a run for its money.
I've been big on the Tillamook.
I like the Tillamook. We should do Tillamook
We'll
versus
do
Bluebell.
we'll do a blind taste test.
Chelsea, write that down. Write that down.
That's just.
So do you think this tastes anything like breast milk, or do you think they've hidden it so well in like the honey and the
I don't think
mole stuff?
I really think it's just supposed to be like the shtick of it's breast milk flavored ice cream, but it's just normal like buttery ice cream. I don't think they.
The hard part is I have no idea what breast milk tastes like.
Yeah, that is like the hard part. It's true. Like I guess. I mean, maybe breast milk tastes like butter pecan.
Maybe they're like.
No wonder babies like it so much.
It's good ice cream.
That's fine.
Like I enjoy it.
I
It
definitely
is
don't dislike
very honey forward. If this is what breast milk tastes like, why'd we ever stop?
Yeah, I don't know why we ever wean off it.
That is something I've always. A lot of people think about this, but it's so strange how normal it is to drink cow titty milk, but not human titty milk.
Well, I think the secret is it's actually not that good for you.
Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah.
But I also think another big secret is eventually the human titty stops making the milk unless you get some real underhanded tactics involved.
Like we do with cows.
Exactly. So like you eventually run out with the breast
You're
milk.
backing me into a corner here.
I'm just saying, unless we go like Immortan Joe on them, we're not gonna have the supply of.
Are there more women than men in this world?
I think it's 50-50, right? Isn't it like almost split down the middle?
There's some
I have looked at no information on this.
There's some women that are literally they're like referred to as producers because they
Oh yeah.
so
Wait,
much
all right, I'm not
milk.
going to make that joke.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
They make so much milk that they just
Like it's too much.
constantly. So that's usually who like sells it to people because there's some women who can't make any.
Right.
So like that's when you use like formula or whatever. But then you can
How
also
about this? When we do our video, let's only buy a little bit, and whatever we buy, we donate double.
Yeah.
We provide breast milk to people in need so we can get a little taste.
That's a good idea. You brought that up and it reminded me. Breast milk for a little while, like a year ago, was kind of big for bodybuilders. I don't remember what started it, but bodybuilders were actually like the #1 buyers of the
Is
producers.
it like higher
breast
in
milk.
protein or something?
I don't remember. It's been a little while,
We
but
got to get our hands on some.
I remember that though.
There's 10 reviews so far at an average of 3.4 stars. I'm going to guess a lot of them are like, hey, this was just ice cream.
Yeah, it's just because that's all it is.
So yeah, this looks like it's a baby company, not an ice cream company. They sell breast pumps, breastfeeding survival kits, breast milk ice cream T-shirt, all the staples. I also, when I click on reviews, it will not bring me to them. There's no way to get to the reviews page.
Well, they might not have left like a review. They might have just dumped the stars.
Or even it says reviews and questions, and
you're right.
it won't take me there. What if I hold it?
Well, hit the thing that says 3.4.
I tried that too.
Oh yeah, that just doesn't work.
What if I write a review? Can't write it? Oh,
You can write a review, you just can't read any of them.
interesting. They're trying to hide something from us. Really makes you think.
It does make you think.
It's good ice cream.
Yeah, it's good.
You reminded me of something that I was going to say. Oh, bodybuilders. I saw something the other day that I guess some bodybuilders do, or they all do it as a prank, which really just means they all do it. My man takes a box of, the big box of egg whites, like liquid egg whites, takes chocolate syrup, sprays it in the top, shakes it, chugs the whole thing. It's like 100 grams of protein.
Holy fuck.
And I was like, that's the most rancid shit I've ever seen. That's I could never. That's just disgusting.
That is pretty gross. That is good macros, though.
Great macros.
Good macros.
And the guy was like, tastes like chocolate milk. And I was like, there's no fucking way.
Guess we're trying tomorrow.
All right, don't make me eat a gallon of egg whites on a Saturday, okay?
Yeah, it's the weekend. Please.
Yeah, wait for Monday.
That's Monday stuff. This is good.
It is good. I like
do enjoy this.
I mean, it tastes exactly like the butter pecan ice cream from Tillamook.
We really do need to do the Bluebell Tillamook head to head.
I don't think I've ever had Tillamook ice cream.
Good stuff.
It's good. They do like it's called like malted moo, I think is what their thing is. Malted.
I have never had a Tillamook flavor I didn't like. I mean, same with Bluebell. The world's been asking for us to crown a king again. They've been waiting for it.
You're right.
Other stuff, I guess, it was very interesting. They had this sale up for 5 days in a row. It was a limited number. They did it like fucking Pokemon pack drop, where for 5 days they put limited stock up each day. You had to buy it right when it released or it was out of stock. So,
is there that much of a demand for breast milk ice cream?
Or they only did like 12 pints and we got 2 of them. It didn't say how many there were. I like it.
You know what that reminded me of? Amaranth's beer yeast.
Yeah.
They use her yeast for beer. Did she ever release that?
I think so.
That must not have done well. I didn't hear much about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I ever saw somebody drink it. Because she did vaginal yeast for beer, right? Which is horrible concept.
It's an interesting idea. That's for sure.
Women have all the luck. What can we make with our body?
Yeah, our shit's not super useful in cooking for some reason.
It's really not.
Like we can't.
Isn't semen really high in protein?
Not. I mean, relatively. Like there is protein in it, but it's not like a good source of protein.
You never know.
Like, I don't think you can really use it to make anything.
Damn. Isn't there a semen cookbook?
Probably.
Maybe.
You could make a child.
I was gonna say you can make a person.
One singular human. They're making ice cream out here. What can I do?
Well, I wish it was more. I don't know. shocking.
I wish it had breast milk in it.
Yeah, they should have just went all the way.
They really should have.
You can definitely make ice cream out of breast milk.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
We'll do it.
We'll do it.
Chelsea will do it for us. Not.
Yeah, thank you.
Chelsea will buy breast milk for us from a producer.
Ethically sourced.
Ethically sourced breast milk to make ice cream. Well, that was fun.
That was good. Thanks for the breast milk ice cream.